Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Saturday/Sunday. Today we're going to be doing Beadspriting, and that's about it. Andrea's joining last minute. Appreciate you adjusting. Kat, Donovan, Braid, Jaden, and Preston are still in Santa Fe. They're not here yet, so they'll be joining us partway through, and Andrea's decided to go ahead and make a sprite at the same time. So I'm going to show off all the sprites that we're doing today. This one here is for Serp. You can see in the top left corner. This is from Celeste and is for Raker. This one is Kaimom's custom sprite, which is very cool. This is Chaos Factor's Final Fantasy III Devout character. This will be Yukapo's Majora's Mask, which we probably won't get to today. Andrea is going to go with a pretty aggressive one. She's going to make Fluttershy, and it's pretty big, so see if we should be able to do it.
I'm ready.
I only have space at the table for 4 people total, so someone's probably going to have to pick up and make their thing in the kitchen when they get here, but I think we'll work it out. And then Preston wants to make some combination of the Heartless symbol, the Nobody symbol, and the Unversed symbol, some other Kingdom Hearts thing. Donovan is making Minnie Mouse, and Kat's going to be making the cover for Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's
so we'll pull that book up later. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some music here, and I'll be able to move the camera and show off people's progress on whatever it is they're working on so far. Everyone's having a good time.
Wait, now was it 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and then you start.
I've done a couple of these Beadsprite streams before, so I've already explained a lot about how it works, what you can do to get into it. But if you haven't seen those or you have those questions, feel free to ask.
Or any questions.
We're
happy to, talk about what you want. Hey, oh shit, I was gonna say something.
What's that?
I was gonna say, so I love Fluttershy. Fluttershy is my favorite, absolute favorite pony. One of my coworkers who also watches the show doesn't really like Fluttershy because he's wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
Because she's kind of timid, but you know what? She ponies up when she needs to.
Ponies up.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm organizing a bunch of people to write a bunch of papers right now. And I put in a skeleton of the paper, including a figure. The figure is Fluttershy. And the figure caption says, "This is Fluttershy, and she's awesome." So I'm sure I've got some, like, European colleagues that are like, the fuck? Okay,
so I do have these. Let's see if I can show here. I do have these Perler bead tweezers that are nice when you make a mistake. Personally, I prefer to use my fat fingers to drop them.
That's what I prefer too.
I've just gotten good at like squeezing the bead out from between my thumb and index finger and popping it into the peg. But those are there. If you make a mistake, it can be really hard, especially when you have a pretty dense group of beads to take one bead out if you screwed something up. Also, when I've done these in the past, people in chat have caught when I've made a mistake. So if you're paying attention at home, usually I'm pretty good about it. But if you notice that I put a bead in the wrong place or color's wrong, don't hesitate to speak up. Toothpicks are good.
So how's everyone's weekend?
I just dropped a bead, and it landed in a location, and I don't know where it landed. Wait, no. It fell off of the board. It's like, is there now one wrong black pixel? Pointed out right after I iron it, I know, right? The kitties are locked away.
For obvious reasons?
Yeah, testing before the start of the stream, Ben came up and started pawing at the pegboard.
Something's wrong.
What's wrong?
No, with my thing.
Oh, you've already made a mistake.
Yeah.
I see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 8. Did I stop?
I try to do the outline first now. I used to do it like a 3D printer and go row by row. But I find if I do the outline...
I can't count. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to fix it. It's an easy fix.
Cats behave like kitties? What?
No, wait. Oh, we're going to put up the Christmas tree tomorrow? So, although, thankfully, last year the cats didn't really give a shit about it. So...
I need to get back on Pokemon Go. I have this problem. Any game that has a daily system where it rewards you specifically for logging in every day, I go hard on. So like Animal Crossing is my traditional example. I will just play it a lot, and I'll be really, really careful to always sign in and do what I'm supposed to do. But the instant I fail to do that, like if I forget to log in one day or I get busy and I'm not able to log in, I completely lose all interest and can't play it anymore because I have this gnawing feeling that I screwed up. And that happened to me with Pokemon Go. I was going super hard on it for like...
Well, then it got cold.
Well, it also got cold outside. That's definitely part of it. And I didn't want to freeze Cameron to death. I was taking her out for walks, and it was nice.
Oops.
Yeah, you get to see my gross fingers, right? Bite at my cuticles a lot. I apologize. I did do my best to clean them up pre-stream.
Orange. Yellow. Yellow.
Able to finish some daily puzzles? I don't know if you use Reddit at all. Johan, did you see the post today on, was it Our Europe that was talking about how in Finland you guys only get snow on the top of the mountains? And it was just a picture of a small little mound with some snow on it. It's our equivalent of mountains. I like to binge play games and dailies are at odds with that. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Spin at work, right? I found that when we used to live in a place that had a nest, because it was right next to the apartment parking lot. Parking lots tend to be nests in Pokemon Go. Because I knew that if I logged in, there would always be at least one Pokemon that would spawn, I was a lot more likely to knock out at least that daily. But after we moved to this new house, we are not near any spawn points. I have to walk at least 15 minutes, and I was doing really good with doing that.
15 minutes? Are you serious?
I mean, 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
It's like 5.
I have to walk a little bit. There's a minimum amount of effort.
15 minutes, my ass.
Which I was doing a really good job of managing when I first started playing Pokemon Go again after PAX. I was taking Cameron out for a walk every day. It was very nice. Do your Animal Crossing dailies. It feels more like I'm doing work than playing a game, but you do it anyway. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel that way about dailies in general. Said Final Fantasy XIV has the greatest solution to that nobody is capitalizing on. They do this thing where, so you know how the daily works in Pokemon Go, right? Where you get like a bonus catch. Like if you catch one thing, it gives you a bonus, and if you catch that 7 days in a row, you get a streak bonus. Does that sound familiar?
Sure. Sorry,
I don't care.
I'm concentrating.
No, you're fine. I appreciate your zeal. Next supper. Oh no, that's just one more down, I guess. So it's here. Oh. So it's here.
Dude, it looks like I'm naked.
Whoa.
I just took my sweatshirt off.
Yeah,
It's hot!
Good. It was fine, yeah. I turned the heat off today. I assumed if we had 5 people all sitting really close together. Looks like a mustache. Sorry, what is it like about Final Fantasy 14 series? They had this idea where when you don't do your daily for the day, you accrue an allowance. And you can accrue like 100 allowances. And then you can spend the allowances if you ever get a chance to log in. Funny, 6 good. If you don't log in for several days, say you don't log in for 7 days and you have 7 allowances, you can do 7 dailies all in one day. So it's really nice if you're into binging. If you can only play once on the weekend. The problem with dailies is they were...
God, Dylan, get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh, I've got one in the dead center up there. Exclamation point chest scares the crap out of me when people do it. Yeah, my bad. Thanks. Alright, cool. Color time.
Stop.
The Super
Color
Nintendo Fanto. You're making pretty good time over there, Andrea.
Yep.
Like Dark Souls. Resulting feelings, thank God I'm done with the week. Now I don't have to worry about dailies for a while. You should probably rethink if you're still having fun with the game. Right, so what I was going to say is that dailies, the original goal with them was supposed to be, hey, some people are playing our game way too much, and it makes it feel like it's not fair to people that only have a little bit of time to log in on the weekends now and then, or maybe even just for a few minutes every day. So why don't we throw those players a bone and give them something that they can do in just a few minutes every day and make meaningful progress. They don't feel like they have to grind all day, all the time. I think that's the original idea behind them. Same with like rested experience points, where you accrue like a bonus to XP the longer you don't play the game. But the problem with dailies is that now it feels like I need to log in and I need to do this, you know? And if I don't, I missed out. The other players that did log in every day got everything. It's difficult. I think that the allowances are a nice counter iteration that helps to solve that problem. Mouse. Do this so I can just quickly fill this in. Unfortunately, I have to put a pink there. Oh. I'm gonna need your dark pink.
Okay, we can share it.
Thank you. Let's grab a handful real quick. Early game, the thing I'd use that does dailies the best is Duolingo. How does Duolingo handle it? I've used Duolingo before. Watched a couple talks from like the people that run it. Super interesting. Trying to help myself out with borders here.
See, I don't like doing it that way because then it's really hard to place them. Do you know how easy it is to place them when you go row by row?
No, you're right. I used to do 3D
Someone
printer
exclamation
style.
point quote 3.
You're right. It absolutely is. I used to do it 3D printer style, but the problem is it's a lot easier to make a mistake that way. So if you screw it up, it's hard to move everything. Well, here, if you do the outline, you know right away when you're wrong.
Or you could just, not
make
up
mistakes.
counting.
One of the most simple things that we do as humans every single day.
Yep.
You have a streak of consecutive days you're trying to maintain, but you also said how much XP your daily goal is. So you have control over how much time you actually want to spend on it. Uh-oh. Looks like my monitor times out while I'm doing this. I could probably figure out how to fix that, but it wouldn't take more time. No signal, that's not good. Looks like the monitor timing out actually impacts what you guys see. That's fun. Maybe I can jiggle the mouse every so. If you guys lose that in the corner at any point, let me know. I should know when it happens, but if I don't comment on it. Yeah, filling in colors. And I'm trying to just get the borders so that I don't accidentally fill something in. So like now I can, everything that's left of the pink I can completely fill with white is where I'm coming from with this one. But Andrew is right. Right now it's getting tough because I gotta totally fill in this area. I mentioned this a long time ago, but I haven't really followed up with anyone. If I'm making a Beadsprite for you today, I would like to send it to you, if you don't mind sending me your address in a Discord DM or wherever you feel comfortable doing that. I'm going to take these to the post office probably sometime next week in the morning and ship them all out. What I plan to do, at least what worked last time, is take a bit of cardboard from an Amazon box, put it in the envelope with the Beadsprite, and then write "Do Not Bend" on it. Hopefully it makes it there intact. I'll do it, I'll stop. Let's see. I'm trying to decide how I want to do red here. I might use, I've got this color here, let's see if I can show it off. Yeah. So this is like coral, it's more of like a pinkish red.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
And I could use that for the bright red, and I can use, this is just called red. Red for the dark red. Or this could be the bright red. It's just called red.
Good job, Navy! I assume they just started the game, or they're really doing poorly. Because, made a first down. I thought you said made, their first down. I don't know why I saw first twice there, and I was gonna be like, yay! Good for them!
This is crab apple.
Was it one that required a cool pass or something? Those are always the best. Or cool run, where they, third and
it was their first
7 or something. Those are always exciting when they go a long way.
I'm gonna do coral as my bright red. This is actually kind of a problem with Perler beads, and it's still true all this time after the fact, but Perler is really bad about putting out shades of red. They have their stock red, and then they have a bunch of brownish reds, but they don't have any true dark reds. And a lot of the Beadsprites I have in the house actually use, there's another company that competes with Perler called Hama, and they have a good number of red shades. But they melt differently, so these ones melt
so you
flat.
Can't mix them.
Yeah, well, you can, but it looks janky. I could probably go real quick and try to find show some of our old Beadsprites off that aren't on the walls around the house. Red is bright red, looks closer to how the sprite looks.
Oh, I need black.
Agree.
I need black! Black me!
Okay.
Right.
There's your black.
Thank you.
No problem. Please don't call things sports ball. No, I know. It's I try to have moved on from that myself.
So, fun story. I actually played Powder Puff in college. I was a wide receiver. Go figure. And so I kind of know, the rules of football. So whenever we go to a football game, I have to explain it to him. Like, we went to an Ohio State game, which was really cool because, they're good. And the marching band was, fantastic. Very, very good. But yeah, I had to explain all this shit to him. Oh, it was funny.
Yeah, 'cause
having the girl explain it to the guy. We're just, taking gender roles and kicking them in the nuts. And the badge. I'm trying to be equality!
It's Marstead After Dark, and it's only 1:30. Goodness. I love you, Andrea. You're a goof.
But you said you kind of liked football because it was like chess, right? Or
yeah, I'll show once you guys see the color gradient. So something that's important to keep in mind with Perler beads is that as long as you get the color gradient right, it's going to look fine. You don't have to get like exactly, hex code FFF.
Oh, the
F
color.
white.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, as long as you have the difference in color, that's what pops at the end. So I have several ones that you get the gradient right and it looks fine, even though the colors aren't exactly the same. I think I'm actually good on... Now, I have more to fill in, but I just want to make sure that I've got the borders done. Alright, yeah, let's do the borders. So I'll hit these pinks. Now, I'm pretty over the whole sports ball thing. Like, it's such a boring thing to say, It's like,
well, and it's kind of hypocritical. It's like you're nerdy about your thing.
Right. And, don't you know that wrestling is fake? Like, yeah, okay,
yes, but
great.
It's still entertaining, and they have fun stories, and they're very impressive athletes. Like, I can't get hit by a chair and be fine.
Yeah. No, it's a thing. It's feats of endurance and strength. Look more like your football.
Although usually when he says sports ball, he's making fun of himself and his own, lack of knowledge. He's like, I don't even know what the game is called, so I'm just going to call it sports ball.
I try to be careful, though.
Is that right? Or am I misinterpreting that?
I don't use sports ball. Yeah, I think it's good to remember that everybody's nerdy about something, And being nerdy is fun. I like hearing how the different things that people are nerdy about. I know that we've done a pretty good job, at least with the US media, of making certain kinds of nerdy okay. It's okay to be a nerd about sports, or it's not okay to be a nerd about Dungeons & Dragons, but that's becoming increasingly less true. And I think we can not contribute to that problem by respecting whatever anyone's interests are in any direction. Think about sports ball, intentionally calling anything else by the wrong name. It's dismissive of its value. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of something you could use to call Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm sure that you could say
nerd.
Just say nerd.
Dice game. Dungeons and Nerds.
Yeah, there you go. It's the same thing.
Nerds and geeks.
I think that it makes sense as a defense mechanism. I grew up surrounded by, well, not my family, but the people in my school in Ohio were all really into sports.
I need white. Here, I'll just share. Sorry, continue.
That's fine. It's like a state institution to be into college football in Ohio. I remember feeling really isolated and ostracized by that because I didn't really get it.
Where'd the green go? I need green.
What kind of green do you need? You brought it over here.
I did?
I remember you.
No, I pulled it out and you were like, oh, I already have that one.
Do you want light green or dark green?
Dark green.
There's another one over there.
Yeah, I liked the other one.
That's
Alright.
so
I thought
fun.
you said you had it. Oh.
I like football because of the strategy. Yeah, the more I think about American football is basically...
Remember when they used to play chess with human beings?
It's a turn-based RPG.
It's like that, except the human beings have to be, like, super good athletes.
It's a turn-based RPG. The coach is actually the person that's playing the game, and the players are his pieces. And the quarterback is a special piece.
Like the queen.
It's like a wizard or something that can make its own decisions independent of the coach's decisions.
That's true. Yeah, you can be like, fuck you, coach, I don't do well.
Alright. This is a little bit washed out, but I'll show you guys. This is Fanto. Compare it to the top there. Looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and iron it. I need to decide how I'm going to handle ironing. If I want to iron on camera or do it off camera. There's a lot more that can go wrong if I do it on camera. But this was a pretty easy one. This took me, 26 minutes to do? So if I destroy it, I could always start over. I think I'll go ahead and try to iron it on camera. Let's see. Okay. Andrea, would you do me a favor, please?
Yep.
Could you get up and get the iron and the parchment paper? Which I think should be somewhere over there where you can see them, but if they're not, I can get up and go get them.
I have parchment.
There's a flat one already, or I can actually just get it now. I just needed you to get up, so I didn't walk past you and bump into your piece. I'll show you guys Andrea's so far. It looks pretty good. That looks like her.
Looks like Fluttershy.
Fluttershy's head. Over here. Andrew, can you look at things I didn't tell you where they are? Thanks. Hold on, I gotta get that.
Oh, alright.
Things I just like about before, the length, how many breaks there are for ads. Yeah, can agree with that.
Hey, that's America right there.
Breaks for ads.
Yeah.
Well, let's start and stop. A lot of sports TV. Yeah, baseball. Oof. Talk about start and stop. Okay, so there's different approaches to ironing Beadsprites. Some people try to keep the little hole inside the bead, and they go to melt it. That's one approach.
I heard about that.
Other people just say, let's try to melt it as smooth as possible so that there's no hole. So while I'm waiting on the iron to heat up here, be very careful of that. It's close to your arm.
Okie doke.
Don't burn yourself.
I'll try not to.
The way that you do it with the holes intact is to do it at extremely low heat, which is really difficult to get it perfect. And the way you melt it completely is put it on a high heat. I'll show you guys, and it's never going to be perfect. No matter how high of a heat you do and how long you iron it, it's never going to turn out the way you want it exactly. So this is one that we have on the wall here. This is Donkey Kong riding Ingard. You can see I use the dark red Hama beads for this one. Ziploc bag out of the way.
See, I used the dark red Hama beads. Yeah, now,
right.
You have to get them fresh if you really want to do it right.
You can see that those didn't melt all the way. Now, it looks kind of like crap the closer you get to it, but if you look pretty far away and there's not a backlight to it, it looks fine in most cases. So, these look really good when you look at them just hanging on the wall. Don't look quite so good if you look at them close up. I'll show you some other ones we've got here. You may have seen this when I've looked at Ben before. There's some Beadsprites on the back wall there. We made that Donatello during a stream. I highly regret picking that sprite because it's huge. It's like 8 times bigger than the Fanta we just made for Serp. And you can see the Mario Kart ones riding along the top there. Alright, set this guy down. Let's give this a try. So I don't screw it up. Nice thing with the small ones that fit on one pegboard is you can kind of apply equal pressure with the entire iron. You guys are kind of losing it because of the wire here. You also have to kind of know your iron. I happen to know that this iron gets the hottest at the very top of it. I try to apply that amount of heat to the whole thing as best I can. You want to do like a smooth, round motion like this. And you just want to keep doing it. When you think you're done, do it a little bit longer, because what you don't want to happen is to have one of the beads not fuse. And then when you go to take the parchment paper off, it'll just snap right off, and it's kind of a bummer. Yeah, bead spreading is really cool. It's a relaxing activity. There's only one part of it that's stressful, and that's the very end. When you go to take it off the pegboard, you know, beads can fall off, or beads can have not melted properly. Or the thing, because it's really hot, it tends to curl. So one of the things you want to do at the very end is put a heavy book over it. You want to take it off the pegboard and then put a book over it to keep it flat so it doesn't curl up. We're going to go ahead and do that. If you can see here, I'm just trying to close these holes as best as I can just to make it look as even as possible. It's not going to be completely successful, but I'll try as best as I can. To a YouTube channel. My first 2, I give a full tutorial. I've got a bunch of text on the screen that shows where you can buy beads. I walk through all the steps, what all you need to get started.
How you get your patterns.
You get your patterns, yeah. I even walk through, it's like how you can see the pattern in the corner there with the grid on it. I walk how to do that in different kinds of software. Alright, so I have to do this fairly quickly. This will be off screen. I'm going to go take this off the pegboard, which is a little bit stressful. I don't want to tear it, so I have to be very careful as I remove it. Also need to move the iron out of here so I don't accidentally burn myself or my wife. It would be very bad. I'll be back in a bit. Yeah, we'll see how it looks after. Just pointed at you, so be careful. Remember that it exists.
I think we're getting to start the tail.
Nice. You want to grab the left hand?
Tail height. Nah, it's not that much more than what you just showed.
Now, what I mentioned about warping and curling actually happens to the pegboard as well. So if you do this a lot, you're eventually going to consume your pegboards because they'll get so warped that you can't really use them anymore. So I'm using all fresh pegboards today. I remember the site that I used to buy Beadsprites from had a huge sale where I could get like 200 pegboards for really cheap, and I did that a while ago, and didn't more than enough last.
Your screen went up black again. I don't know where your mouse is. Oh.
It's okay. Don't do anything. I got it. It's complicated. Technically, I had another screen. Okay.
Uh-huh.
This one came off the pegboard okay. We're good.
Yay!
So I can't show you what it looks like yet. I have to finish flattening it. I've got a big heavy book on top of it. But once it flattens, I'll pick up and grab it.
We've got this.
Go ahead and start on the next one.
Wham! Pow!
First
Try.
Oh, that's black. Didn't go black. Street. Interesting. Sounds like Cat and Donovan. It's good timing. Hi, Cammy. Andrea decided to do one, so if you guys don't mind, someone will have to go in the kitchen, but we've got spaces for everybody else. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
Hi, Cammy. Do you have room to scoot over at all?
Hi, Cameron. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
Don't touch.
So we didn't get a chance to test audio, guys, but if you can't hear somebody or can't see somebody, just speak up and let us know. Do our best. Oh, sorry, I was talking to chat. They're patient, they'll understand.
Oh, look, it's a spider.
Right.
I'll try to set up Andrea so that someone else can see on that same screen here. You ready, sir?
Sure. I'm trying to set her up out the way.
Okay. What are you looking for? Yeah, that's fine, of course. The jail. Baby jail. Alright, we're gonna do this one next.
You remember baby jail?
I need to set it up so someone else can work at the same time as you. So I'm gonna try to do that here. Might be able to get you a laptop or something. I'll figure something out.
I can go get my Chromebook.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Can you do that?
Cute.
Just watch it. Keep it safe.
Burb. I like it. Yeah. Fluttershy.
Class rates.
Beep, beep. Thank you.
Sorry, man.
You're good. Be careful of the iron. It's still hot.
Oh.
So I've got you set up to be on the end cap if that works, Kat.
Sweet.
And then Preston, I just have to get it on the screen here, but I've got your symbols ready. Once Andrea gets back, I'll hook you up. Just go ahead and start this real quick, and I'm gonna try to work with everybody to make sure we're all visible and you can hear all of us, and they're all started working on their
No sweat.
keys.
Sorry we're late.
No
Things got a
problem.
little crazy at Walmart. It took longer than we anticipated.
No worries. Happens.
Oh, what's frozen? Moana? Frozen or Moana?
Those will both come through on the mic.
Never mind. I made you no promises.
Alright, those are started enough, and just give me a second to get them set up over here. Doing it live.
Hey, Andrea.
Hey, hey. All right, I'm done with green. All right, how do you want to use this?
I'll figure it out real quick. Do you have some kind of software you can use to look at an image?
Yes.
That's all music.
Oh, we should be fine. I had it set up for everybody, but Andrew only joined, so I had a buddy at the start here. So, Kat, Donovan's beads are on the ground over there. They're the ones in the. They're not the ones in the big white tub. They're all those other ones. You can also use some of my beads if you need them, but you should have enough, yeah, to cover everything you need. And if you're missing a color or you want to see if there's another color, just let me know. I'll do my best.
Donovan's beads, meaning these actually belong.
Those are Donovan's beads. Those belong
I was thinking
to
like these are
Donovan.
the colors that are selected for her thing.
Yeah. No. They're actually hers.
Okay. Okay.
I'm actually not sure. They're just the default ones that you can buy in the US from Perler.
I kind of forgot how this works.
I can help you. Give me one
I
second.
think they're the 5mm. Wait.
That is Kanye West's album cover to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I'll show off. They're making again. Yeah, so you guys will get the benefit of the... I was going to do this before stream.
Yeah, because they're about half a centimeter, because a centimeter is about how big my pinky nail is.
I like that you have something.
Hi, Sailor Dan. Yeah.
Yep. I didn't mean that on hand to be so...
No, I just got it. I'm sorry. I was
no, it's an accident.
distracted.
But I like that you have something on hand that can help you centimeters. On hand? It's on your hand. It's on your actual hand.
Yeah, and between these knuckles is about an inch.
You might be getting a little bit of jank here as I set Andrea up. Sorry for that. So we're doing it live.
I should keep going. It's not sitting around stuff.
Preston, I can
I'm
get you
sorry,
hooked up,
that's my
too.
fault.
You've got room on that seat there. No, it's just...
He's got piano music.
Sorry if I didn't... Hey, chat, sorry if I didn't say that before.
What's up, peeps?
How's it going? So what I'm going to hook you up with here in a second, Preston, after I've got Andrea's Beadsprite on her own machine, show you what it looks like here. So what you'll do, you'll just pick the one you want to work on first, and you can start from the bottom, for example, put one red, and then count red, black, red, 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 black, red, 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 and so on.
I'm going to work with the unversed first.
Okay, that's fair. That one's pretty big. As you can see, I tried to make them all the same size, but I can't keep the detail without shrinking that one. Let me see if I can show it on stream so people know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the unversed one is on the top right there. So you might need to do that over a couple of the pegboards, but they do connect, and I've got tons of pegboards, so give it a shot.
That works.
And I'll get it on your screen in a second once I've got Andrea set up, so bear with me.
Are we done?
Never.
It's super relaxing.
It reminds me of...
This is one activity that looks like I wouldn't like it, but I totally do.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I'm working on my scroll saw at home. It takes a lot of patience.
And then it's super satisfying when you're done. You're like, I made it.
Are you able to use this? Does that work for you?
Thank you, Dylan.
No problem. Alright,
So-
can you see that okay on yours, Preston?
Yeah.
Dylan, for my satisfaction, what level of this all looks easy, but it's actually a nightmare?
Well, getting it set
I
up,
just like to know anytime.
for the benefit of chat, all of these symbols that I made, including the one that Kat's doing, right here, I did those manually. So I found the symbols online and I resized them. Now, usually what you do is you just make a sprite from a video game, right? You just look up Super Mario Brothers and you take the sprite directly and you just copy it in there, and there's a grid already, 1 pixel equals 1 bead. But the heartless symbols are all from a 3D game, so they're very high res, so I had to reduce the resolution on them. The Minnie Mouse one, I actually found somebody else that made something like that and use that. So Donovan, I'm going to try to get that to you. Do you have any other kind of device with you guys that I could, since we're out of space here until Andrea's done or someone
my
finishes? You could put it on a phone and you could do it at the kitchen table or something and bring it back over when we're done.
That's fun.
There's also like there's some space over here by me there.
No, I can go to the kitchen table.
Well, the beads are right here.
I know.
I can still see Twitch chat.
So we could make. I would prefer it if we could make it smaller. If you have a chair.
And where's Jacob?
Jay can use it for. No, it's not.
I think you guys can probably
originally
hear
wasn't going to be,
Frozen in
so
the background. Just let me know if
Yeah,
it's
no,
clipping or anything. Can adjust the mic a little bit if needed.
Iron on the iron board, just don't knock it over the top.
So I've got
Face that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diagonal. 7 total.
Maybe we all have access to. Okay, I'll scoot those to the rest.
Yeah, thanks, Sailor Dan. You guys going to this parade thing tonight?
Yes, we're so glad that we were late because we had to do Christmas stuff, but we were like knocking out a lot of the Christmas stuff, so that way we don't have to go back down the hill later and
Okay.
miss the parade. So
Nice.
now we don't have to miss the parade.
Perfect.
We were going to, and it was going to suck.
So this is a 30 by 30 square.
That's 29 by 29, which is really annoying
That's
sometimes.
so weird.
I got a question, Dylan.
Yeah.
So mine is 14 by probably 14.
Yeah, 12 by 12, I think. Oh, wait, no, 14 with the black on the outside.
Yeah.
If you do that,
So should I go 14 by 14? Or if I try to widen it to... No.
I would not widen
Go
it. I would do
14.
exactly what it is. Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, no problem. Yours is going to be really tricky, so I'll show the one Kat's working on again here.
Why am I going to be tricky? Don't say that. What is wrong with you? Don't ever say that before I get started.
This is his here. It's the kind of not safe for work cover for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but it's pixelated, so it's fine.
Yes.
And it's got a lot of different colors. So you'll have to figure out, sometimes you're going to have to give up on a color and say that's just blue.
That's
and use 2 blues. So
I'm okay
just
with
be
that.
prepared for that.
I think once you get
Back to the crystal
close enough, it'll keep.
Oh yeah, that's fine, Sailor Dan.
Sailor Dan in the house. What? Sailor Dan. Disc golf, bro. Wake me up. Don't laugh, Dylan.
Okay.
Do you have room over there, Donovan?
Yeah, I just...
There should be tons of pegboards in
There
that.
are tons of
Okay.
pegboards. My ass is lazy. Thank you.
I'll readjust this so that
Pegboard.
I am.
Donovan's is also visible at the same time as do some adjusting. Do you still see yours okay?
I see
Preston?
mine just
yeah,
fine.
he still sees
Yeah.
it.
Dylan, I don't remember. Is it not helpful to put these on the edges? Should I center this?
I would not do it on the edges. You don't have to send it, but you want to, yeah. And I haven't mentioned this, but you'll notice that I'm not directly on the edge with this guy. It'll be fine. It's fine. It'll be fine.
I haven't done any of these in so...
When you do a big one, you kind of have to do it on the edge. But if you're doing a smaller one, the problem is when it's on the edge, you can bump the bead out of the way when you're ironing it. So.
Right.
Sorry for the real life noises, chat. At Jaden getting me some water. I'm feeling a little feel crazy.
See if I can read it. That's it.
Like how that pony's coming along there.
I know,
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
looking
really
good.
good.
I'm excited. I love Fluttershy.
I'll show off how Andrea is looking right here in a second. Pretty good. Anyone needs to get up, it's going to be hell. So just make sure you're communicating. I need to move.
Never
Communication is key.
There's actually a spoon in there.
Google the original. That's certainly a cover.
Also, grab you a box.
Every pony. Thanks, Yukifo.
The original is
You
also
understand.
censored, isn't it?
Read into that you know the word about going Sound good?
Was it supposed to be like a dick?
No, it's
Well, 'cause
it's
I was
Kanye
seeing
West
that.
having sex with someone.
Oh, I think I can kind of see it.
Dylan, how
Oh,
dare
I
you?
see
He
it
is not
now.
having sex with someone. He is having sex with
It's
a
like
phoenix who happens to be Amber Rose. Get it right.
Okay.
Don't say that. What the hell's wrong with you?
The original cover was blurred out, wasn't it?
Well, the original artwork was not blurred out. I've actually seen the artwork. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool, but I actually prefer the blurred out. It's
Yeah.
more, it's artsy. I think-
Artsy. Didn't they make a bunch of alternate covers for it too, just because there was some controversy around that one?
But so I've seen the actual artwork. It's kind of cool. It gets across what he's trying to get across. But the pixelated version is just like it's basically the symbol of that.
Yeah.
Like even though he didn't want to censor it, it's actually
It's kind of neat now. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I like that.
It's like you can't get this in Walmart if you don't.
Yeah.
And that was still at a time where people still wanted discs, so he had to get that thing in Walmart.
So,
Oh, I know.
can we have a conversation about where's the line, and I imagine there's no line, it's just gray, between art and pornography?
That's a deep conversation.
Wait, can we start with? I think the line starts where the willingness of the participant.
Yeah, that's
So if the
a
porn
really
star is not
easy
like-
starting line.
Yeah, if the porn star is not like damaged, even if the porn star thinks that it's willing and they have like these traumas that have led them to this life, I think that can even still not be art because they don't know that they're hurting themselves. But
Right.
I think if it's like willing and healthy, then I think it can still be art.
Sure. That's a really great.
That's why I want to start.
That
the
is as
conversation.
low as
doesn't
you
mean
start
it's
that
right.
line. No, I know. We can
I could
say.
still
I think
be
we can
wrong.
all agree. You're not going to have any debate that is the bottom line. And there are additional lines above that. I think.
Also, then the album cover of Nirvana's. Help me out here.
Never mind.
Yeah, so
Never
it's
mind.
not
Swimming
art
naked
because
baby.
The baby did not
Right.
willingly.
Exactly. It's a baby, and
Yeah,
you can see his penis. So, all right, so that's porn. Got it. From this definition.
Okay.
That's why I bring it up. That's why I bring
Yes. Okay, all right. You had a semester-long course in undergrad.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I've heard the Supreme Court standard is I know it when I see it. Like that's literally what it is. Well, because what are you going to do?
That's a cop out. That's bullshit.
Well, you kind of have to cop out on that. That's one of those
Never
questions
cop
that you
out.
need a judge for. I think. Like,
No, never cop out. Always stand
set it
strong
down. All right.
on your
Rule number 1: if this is visible, it's pornography. That gets really messy pretty quickly.
So there's a thing with Instagram right now with like a lot of the Instagram models.
you didn't
are
take-
pissed because they get like they get suspended for showing nipples, but you can like totally show somebody getting their head cut off.
Right, classic
Sure.
America.
Yeah.
Classic
Classic.
But your nipples are dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Even though a large percentage of the population has sucked on nipples.
And the large population of the population has. So.
Yeah.
That's true.
A very small percentage of the population
there
does
a
not have nipples.
There's gotta be.
But who cares about those people's feelings?
Thanks, Andrea. We got this nice, chill,
You're welcome.
Beadspriting. Okay, that's fine. I
No,
just
this
gotta.
should be a
This
thing.
is a
fine.
conversation.
Well, you're right. You know,
This is
to the
extreme
point we're saying, yeah, this shouldn't be a problem, right? We can't say it should be a problem and then make it taboo, I guess. So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good point.
See, now I was gonna think that maybe it has to do with the cost. Like,
Female presenting
or the
nipples.
price that people will pay for it.
I haven't heard that.
This world needs Andrews to get these conversations.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite things is when Andrea just like, hey, Kat, I gotta ask you a black question. And I love it. It's like one of my favorite things. Like, you have never seen a person like stop everything and give their undivided attention.
Like, please, ask away.
You like that it's just, she just says that, you know? Because that's what she wants.
That's
You're not
what
going to
I
be like, you know, I know, right?
Yeah,
It's the same
like,
thing.
don't
It's like,
tap dance around it. Don't-
so in the
don't
urban
apologize.
community,
I have so many people apologize to me before saying,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but you're a black person. Like, don't be.
What?
I am.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm only offended
Good
once you say,
observation.
once you apologize. That's when I'm immediately like, ooh, what are you about to say to me?
So I actually just thought of a black question because I was watching a documentary
Damn it,
on the Queen of England this afternoon. And is the black community aware of Meghan Markle?
Is the black
No.
Yes.
No.
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 Yeah,
The women are.
the women.
yeah.
Interesting.
The women are.
Do they like her?
There were.
Who is that? Is that the black
That's the
black
princess.
lady that
She-
married the prince?
Yeah,
Oh, I know who
yeah,
that is.
yeah. Meghan Markle.
So yeah,
We celebrated it for like a week and a half.
yeah. I mean, there were a lot of women who of color who actually woke up early that morning and got dressed in their finest
And
and
watched it.
and had
I
tea
remember
parties and shit.
Oh, that sounds
was
like
a,
fun.
it was a thing. It was a thing.
For how long?
We haven't
Like a
celebrated
week
it
and a
since, but but it's still a milestone.
It was probably
And
no, it is.
It really, you know, and
But why is it though? Like, that should be discussed because it's just love.
Because the royal
Love shouldn't have
family
a color. Oh yeah, I get that. But,
with all of them.
Well,
but he loves who he loves, right?
yeah.
It shouldn't
But
be
I mean, we're
I
talking
get it.
about good church Anglo-Saxons that did not allow for any type of
divorce.
color
Yeah.
to be a part of, you know,
I feel like
the
they had a lot
royal
of...
family. That just didn't happen.
Okay, so that's a big deal.
So it's a huge deal. Huge deal.
Yeah, and they seem really happy together.
Hell, they're
I
not.
think she's preggers too.
They're not living in the castle anymore.
Uh-oh.
Or at least they, I believe they're moving out if they
Martian
haven't done it
projects now?
out already.
What? Dylan, don't.
I'm sorry.
So this is what family does. We be sprite and talk shit.
Talk about life.
Life, yeah, for sure.
We did not introduce Preston on stream. Did they?
Hey, this is Preston.
Did the chat just like, there's a guy.
Oh my God, all right.
This awkward
cool.
child, who's not even a child, but in my eyes will always be my child. He is one of 4 of my sister's children, and he is Preston.
How you doing, everybody?
Hey, Preston, welcome.
Preston likes Kingdom Hearts, and
I do. I love Kingdom Hearts.
Skyrim.
I think Kingdom Hearts is the greatest game ever created.
That's why he's working on this right here. Do not
Don't-
at him.
Don't fight me.
Yeah, please.
No, we talk about Kingdom Hearts a lot on stream. Actually, can you put on those headphones real quick? I'll play a sound effect for you that's pretty common on the channel. Actually, I can't get to the keyboard. Can someone in chat? Hey, you can go hit it. Yeah, we'll hit it again in a
Chat
second.
is on it. I was got a cooldown now. He missed it.
Can we add him to talk about Kingdom Hearts? Can you proc it again now that he's got the headphones on, please? Exclamation point darkness.
No, I love Kingdom Hearts. Like, I have so many theories about what's going down in Kingdom Hearts 3 that I don't even know how to think straight.
Did it trigger? No. Okay, I'll do it real quick. I think it's on. This is from ProZD. Got you.
Do you think the light will beat the darkness? No, I think the darkness will beat the light.
So, like, anytime someone in a video game starts talking, do you think the light can beat the darkness? No, I think the darkness can beat the light. Jesus Christ.
Like, I'm so sketchy about, like, what's gonna happen to Sora.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna have to make one of the biggest sacrifices ever.
That's kind of an adulting type of thing, isn't it?
This is a game that features Disney characters. We go and we travel from dimension to dimension and we hang out with Aladdin and Woody.
I know how
But
this
Sora's
works.
going to have to make a dark sacrifice.
Yeah, he is. He technically has 2 hearts in him right now.
He's got 2 hearts, guys.
He has his own, and he has Ventus. And the only way to let Ventus go is to release his own heart at the same time.
I mean, is it even a game unless someone has to make a dark decision? I didn't realize that this tool has stupid. This is a multi-tool. Yeah.
Although he's like, what is Kingdom Hearts? I don't know, it's like a door?
I'm not entirely sure.
We
And I'm
played
also like really curious about what's in the box.
what's in the box.
The box that Lucio carried off and passed down to his apprentice that the Master of Masters told him never to open.
Tetsuya Nomura is such a weirdo, man. It's great. We beat Kingdom Hearts 1 on stream. I'm working through Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, that is my favorite one.
Preston's sort of learning the Jafar lesson today, babe.
The Jafar lesson.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
start with one that's way too
So,
big.
Yeah, he's got 3, and they're all not that big.
Yep.
But, I mean, Preston's got patience, so he probably won't complain, but
That one's not as big as
we'll all be far done.
Exactly.
We're residents
Preston,
around the-
he decided to work on the
The Unversed.
Unversed, which I'll show you guys on stream here. That one in the top right corner, he started with the largest one, and
Might as well get the biggest out the way
yeah, no,
first.
that's a be easy, smooth sailing after that. You got it. There's a door and a key, and it's light or darkness. The door is light, but we have to close the door because there's darkness past it. I don't know.
Somehow Donald Duck is involved.
Yeah.
Donald Duck has always been involved in every dark decision I've ever
Yeah,
made.
well,
But Donald Duck is the worst healer of all time.
Dude,
He is
Donald Duck-
also a terrible humanitarian, as he called that.
Oh,
Yeah.
called me filthy
He called him a.
whoa!
I didn't say it. That's him.
He did though. It's just content.
He absolutely.
Sorry, Chad.
He absolutely did.
Sorry, Twitch.
When did he say this?
And,
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, okay.
During
I know the part
the
it's
dueling
Called him a
pianos.
TD filthy.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's-
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
But Cam will never have to know.
You're not gonna watch. You're not
It's
gonna watch.
American history.
You're not gonna show her Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
100%.
That is like one of the greatest
Oh, yeah,
movies of all
She
time.
will.
That's an important
In
movie.
due time, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, no.
I don't think there's anything wrong with letting her know these things were out there. You don't have to
Yeah.
harp on it. You just educate.
Right.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm not. No, you know
I
how I
think you
feel.
are. I
Yeah,
think you
come on, man.
This has
Come
a
on,
general
come on.
discussion. In case anybody needs black news in the chat.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a fantastic film.
It is.
It is.
Have you guys heard of the term "bump the lamp"?
No.
There's a scene in Roger Rabbit. This is like a filmmaking term, and it's named because of Roger Rabbit. But there's this scene where Bob Hoskins is talking to Roger Rabbit, and his head bumps into a lamp, and the lamp starts spinning around. And you're like, okay, whatever. But the animation for that scene is insanely complicated because now there's this light that's spinning around, and you have to reflect the light on Roger Rabbit, on the wall, on Bob Hoskins as he's talking to Roger Rabbit. They did not need to have him bump his head into the lamp, but they did it just to show off.
Way harder than
They're flexing to say, look how good we are at making this work, to make it look like there are these cartoon characters in the real world. So when you hear a movie bump the lamp, it did something it didn't have to do.
And something so subtle that nobody in the audience probably would have cared.
No, you're just like, whatever.
But they went that extra mile to say, no, we're this dope.
One dark
Very
bead in place of a light
flexible,
bead on the light. Thanks, Raker. Let me see if I can find it.
Speaking of movies, is anybody going to audition for LTDR Lady that's being filmed up here in LA?
No. LTDR was.
Oh wait, I think I might see it.
I don't know.
Bottom right corner.
It is a film
Thanks.
starring Ben Kingsley, who I am dying and hoping to see because they're using our bank as NASA headquarters.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's probably a lot nicer than NASA headquarters.
Yeah. So
Thanks, team.
it's very exciting. I was considering calling off work because I want to be an extra. That would be so sweet. But it sucks because you have to, of course, email, send them a headshot, all this jazz. But they're doing the filming with the extras on Monday and Tuesday, and you have to be available for at least 12 hours.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Is part of the movie set in Los Alamos specifically? Is that why they're
I
here?
said it was NASA's headquarters.
yeah.
I know, but is part of it like at the lab or something? Like, why would they film it here and not any other
honestly,
thing?
I
They
don't.
couldn't get in.
We don't have NASA headquarters at Los.
Well, no, I know.
That would be wrong.
Andrea, I'll explain. It could be a movie that features Los Alamos in some way, and also features NASA.
I guess we
I
can
see
And
what you're
if they're
saying.
filming it in Los Alamos, wouldn't it be convenient
To just
to
do
pretend like NASA's here instead of having to film another one on
Okay,
location?
that makes sense. Why not?
That I am honestly not sure. I have not read into it. I just know that we, in our QC meeting that we had on Friday, our marketing president, she was saying that we couldn't park in the north lot during these days because Netflix, of course, as you know, is now based out of Albuquerque. So
I did not know that.
oh, well, now you know. And so the crew is up here. They're going to be up here, I think, even through March. And they're going to be doing a lot of filming. So I'm not sure if LA as our town is going to be featured as LA or if it's going to just be NASA headquarters. I have no idea. But I think
What do you know?
it would be very cool regardless. Because I'm like, our little town should be utilized more.
I've got the big zoom in on the laptop there, and I can zoom more.
Question.
Yeah,
The top left-hand red square,
yeah.
is that the same as the one next to it?
The top two are both the same red, but the one to the right of that is a dark red.
Thank you, Dale.
And I can give you... I've got a dark red for you if you need it.
Oh, you got a dark red?
Yeah, what I'll give you is...
Another one of these.
Thank you, Dale. I just need one dark red.
Alright, that'll make life really easy.
Thank you, Dale.
So take this as... Because there's only
So
3 red in the entire thing, right? That's dark. Here's 2
I got
light.
some reds over here.
Those are the same, though. This is
But I
basically
need
a
two of
light
the
red.
same, yeah?
Yeah, so here's 2 light reds, and that's your dark red, basically.
Thank
G.I. Bros. You're already regretting it? I'll tap the laptop in a second to brighten it up so you can see the colors better, and it can zoom in on a specific section if that helps. Alright, Crystal Heart's almost done. Next up is Kai Mom's custom... Oh, I should show you guys her custom sprite that she made.
It's
Can you
pretty
guys see
sweet.
it over here? Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's
Pretty cool.
That's sweet. I like that.
Hi, Mom.
She's a baker, so it's got like little
Very cool, ma'am.
Kitty just went between my legs.
What? The kitties are here?
One of them went between my
Oh,
legs.
apparently they got out.
How? All right, I need to go
Are you
check on
kidding
that
me?
now.
They're cats. And you ask how.
You can't trap a cat.
Yeah, no.
Benedict, how did you get out? All right.
I thought they were.
I need to get rid of them first. Although there might be so many people here that they're not going to come jump up. But once they get hungry, I don't want to depend on anything. So I'm going to move here. It's going to be hell. I apologize to everyone. Try not to pull. This actually isn't bad enough. How did you get out? There's a giant heavy box in front of the cat door in the room you're in.
I'm a cat.
Are you serious?
Hi, Ben. No, that's Marty. No, I'm just kidding.
That sound effect is still awesome.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Alright, now we cooking with gas.
It's fun watching it come together. Did you mess up down there too, Jay, on your selection process?
Somewhat.
Then used all of his might to headbutt the box until he pushed the box out of the way, and then slipped through the space.
No, wow.
Headbutt.
Oops, sorry.
That's cool. From home stuff. Shut it off on stream. People know home stuff. Hi, Cammy. Walk past here.
Hey, Dylan, can you grab me another pegboard while you're up?
We can.
Please? Thank you.
It's much bigger than that. Yeah,
Excuse me.
that happens. Here you go. Alright, so I'm going to show off Serp. If you're still around, I've got your completed Beadsprite here. I'll show it on stream. You guys can see it too. Probably.
Awesome.
Oh, is that from Mario 2?
Mario 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing is... F that thing.
Yeah.
I still, like, it gets me every time. It follows you.
Looks pretty good. Colors look right. And like I said, you can see some of the holes, especially if there's a backlight. But if you just put it on a wall or something, that's what I do with mine. I get it like a nail, drive it through the top of it, and just put it on the wall. Display it. No problem. Looks pretty good.
Sing it, Jay. You were, though. You were singing!
Jay, it is cool to like Frozen.
It is.
It is legit good.
Hey, I am a fan of all Disney, so I don't care.
Exactly.
I was raised Disney, hence why I love Kingdom Hearts so much.
You better
It's now,
sir.
it's now not a good time to voice my opinion on Frozen. So
Oh, that's okay. We can have this. This is a much better conversation than
I don't
nipples. You don't like
Why?
Frozen at all?
it's not entertaining. I don't think it's bad.
I don't like some of the songs, but the movie itself is okay.
I'm glad it exists. I'm not one of those like I think it's so terrible. Get it out of here. I'm glad it exists, but I'm just not.
A lot of people have your response is different. So people have like I don't like Fortnite because Fortnite is popular, right? It's like that's not a good reason. There's plenty of reasons to be upset about Fortnite.
That's not how I feel about it. I hate it because so many people like it and I don't like it. No, I want people to like it.
Gotta wait for this to heat up here.
I'm glad people like it.
How did you? Yeah, Serp wants to know, Preston. How did you react when Aqua got Norded?
Oh my god, I ain't gonna lie. I was actually like, I almost teared up. I really did, because Aqua, by far, out of the entire series, is my favorite character.
Nice.
So I hope that she returns to normal in a sense, but I'm really doubting it. And I really want to know if Terra will ever get his body back, or if he's just going to stay in his suit of armor.
I'm excited to play these games on stream. I played a lot of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 before I got into streaming. Birth by Sleep's going to be blind for me, but like everything you've said about Birth by Sleep is like they're not words yet. So that was the point of that video that I was showing you with ProZD, where he's like, Aqua got Norded, and he's like, what? Oh, that's cool. This game's got Frozen in it. I like Frozen. Aqua got Norded. Okay.
Yeah, man. Like, oh my god. Like, and then I'm also curious as to how Vanitas came back, because Ventus whooped his ass and like destroyed himself. Hence why he went back to Sora.
Do you think they're going to answer questions in Kingdom Hearts 3, or do you think they're going to raise more questions for Kingdom Hearts 4 when it comes out in 2070?
I think they're just gonna raise more questions. That's just what they do. Like, I have never played a game where they have ever actually answered every question I had.
Right. Yeah.
And do you even like care for games that much that answer every question you have right away?
Not
Is that
really.
part of the lore of it?
No, I like Kingdom Hearts especially because of that. Because they made you ask so many questions, and it just takes so long to get those questions answered.
You need one more pegboard now, or you need two more pegboards?
One more, because you already got me.
Gotcha. Hey, thanks, Kami. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Xehanort's time travel ability.
I've got a bunch of
really, I ain't gonna lie, it really pisses me off.
Are these pretty much ground?
Yeah, your grounds.
You can use. Well, I have other grounds too.
Yeah, another
Yeah, and I'll hook you up in a second. Actually, so can you check the big white thing down there? If you just look through, those are all the colors that I have. And then there's also the little bags on the ground. We can pop some of those open if they look they're different.
No, never pop.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good luck, Jaden.
A misplaced peg. A bead.
Oh no.
That's why I'm looking ever so carefully and going slow.
Yeah. Because I tell you what, that movie you
Check
asked.
twice, place once.
Yep, right.
Yep.
Exactly. I have a hot iron. I will do my best to not burn anyone with it, but just be aware as I walk past you.
Oh my god.
Dodge me.
The outline is complete.
Crystal Heart looks pretty good. I'm gonna go flatten it. Probably show it off after Kai Mom's is done. This is like the biggest fire hazard in history.
So the biggest
Here, you want the board?
is
No, sir.
Okay.
colors. So
Do you want to use it?
dark, light.
So it's not on the carpet? You sure?
Yeah, because you might get like little hairs or cat hairs in the feeds.
I'm your mom.
That's something that people watching, if you plan to get into this, like, it's really likely when you go to melt it that if you've got a stray hair or something that falls off and lands on the bead, you can melt it in there, and it's really hard to get out without tweezers, so just check a couple times. It's especially bad because we have cats, so there's cat hair floating everywhere, but...
There are deep reds that I need.
Did you find some other tan colors, Kat?
Which red?
The top one, yeah.
Just gonna make it work, buddy. Thank
Alright,
you.
that's fine.
I appreciate you caring about me the way you do.
Are there any deeper reds over there?
I'm just getting madder and madder at Kanye West by the week.
Andrea, is that red deeper than that one, or is that the same
I think
red?
these are the same reds.
But
Yeah.
And then looking at this for a while, it'll start playing tricks on you. Like you'll think they're different.
Yep.
Yeah.
And never. Yes, perfect.
That's coral.
Thank you
So you
very
can
much.
use that as a dark red for the mouth. Yeah, that'd be good for...
Yes. I remember this stuff.
Was
I like this stuff.
mistake.
Ooh, buddy.
At least it was just two. I
Yeah.
can back.
Don't bump your board.
I can back.
Don't bump your board.
Just dark red and regular red are kind of ass from Perler. I was mentioning this before you guys got over here. And
Oh yeah, they are.
I'll often use the regular red as dark red, and then I'll use a coral color that I have as a light red. But I think for Minnie's mouth, that dark red will be perfect.
Oh yeah. Sing it, baby.
Jerusalem.
All right, Breakers. Crystal Heart was a little tricky to get off the pegboard. I thought it was going to tear, but I eventually got it off. Great.
Thank you.
So you guys just lost the camera 1 second. This color is perfect for what? I'll show it off here when it's done.
Yeah. That's all work. This is gonna kill me deep
You scoot left at all, or are you?
Not
Are
really.
you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. If I can do anything to make it more comfortable, yeah. All right, let's start on Kaimon. Let's do it. I'm so sorry, Kat.
Dylan, do you have something similar to tan that is not tan, like a peach?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm glad you said yeah the way you said it, too. Like, calm down, it's fine.
It is all good.
That's actually a Hama color, and here's peach.
Don't ever say how. Thank you, sir.
I hear Hama and I instantly think hominy.
Comedy.
So, Dylan, is it
Like-
okay if I like basically complete this and then hand it to you to like critique the colors?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
Like,
happy
I
to help.
don't mean that in a negative
No,
way.
yeah. I mean,
Like maybe you'll look at it and say, I have a color, I have a sprite that works
Yeah.
better for this.
yeah, that makes sense. I'm happy to help.
I think I need a second eye for it. Thank you. That would be very helpful. I'm gonna try to nail it myself. First saying that song is like the best.
You get it, Cammy.
See, I do appreciate it.
So there's something amusing about a person who may not typically describe a shade of color, trying to think of a way to describe it. I know, right?
Oh.
Something behind the image on the top left is making it harder to see. Oh, right. I can fix it. Hold on. I'll just make it more opaque. Thank you for that, Zep.
That dark brown. I need darker brown? Are you kidding?
Now you need darker brown.
That should help.
Sorry.
That's my bad. Never cross the street.
Because, like, I can't be 100% sure that what I perceive as blue is what everyone else here perceives as blue. Right? I mean, as long as we're both calling
Stay.
blue, like, I don't know 100% for sure. Oops.
Dylan, do you have a dark brown?
Yes, sir.
One dark.
Is that darker than the brown that you have?
I don't know about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
There's probably one in the bin over there.
Okay.
There's a lot of different colors.
Sorry for reaching.
It's fine. Don't do it again.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. I used to do 3D printing where I would just do it. Like, that's what Andrea is doing right now. She's doing the very top row, completing it. Next row, completing it.
Yeah, that's like what I
Is that
did.
your thing?
No, you're fine. It was
I pushed it in the way like it. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Don't hurt.
What's that? My bad. So Dylan, I've been playing Red Dead Online,
Mm-hmm. How is it?
and so it's just now getting playable.
I watched him
But
get
the
so
joke I wanted
pissed.
to tell you is, me and a friend of mine, the guy that does my tattoos, are like in a posse together. We're trying to get, we're trying to come up from rags to riches together.
A posse's like a guild or a clan.
Yeah.
Like you have a group you can. Okay.
So he like hits me throughout the day. It's like, are you going to be on or what are you doing? And I was like, well, we're Christmas shopping and we got some running to do, but this evening I should have time to play. And he was like, your family is tearing this posse apart.
It's Shimigami Tensei. Hama kills you, but beads fully heal you. So what does a Hama bead do? That's a really good question. I think Hama beads are made in Japan. I'm not sure though. I only have a couple colors that are Hama. Like I mentioned earlier, they melt a little bit differently. But there are a couple colors that Perler still doesn't do. Oh, you coming, Andrea?
Good.
Big summer blow up. Oops.
How you doing, Jay?
Still working on the outline.
Jay is doing Dave Strider's symbol from Homestuck, for those of you who are Homestuck savvy.
Holler. Was that incorrect?
Fun colors.
I'm glad you said Dave and Strider.
Yeah.
Like, say it.
Yeah.
He knows stuff. You know? Guy knows stuff.
Jay is throwing shade at me for being redundant. Because his name is Dave, or his nickname is Strider. To call him Dave Strider is like
Oh, okay, I get it.
Mario, Super Mario or something.
I get it. No, it's like Air Michael Air Jordan.
Yeah, right.
All you wanted to do was make it clear that I know, but you overknew.
Dave Strider.
I've done that before, like trying to be too clear that you're in the know and then now you sound like you actually know.
Mario's name is Mario, established in the canonical film starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Like, shut up, bro. Don't leave me here with him. That's awesome.
No, I know, sir. I was... That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Right.
Throw that shit right back at Jay. You gotta let him have some, man.
For sure.
Can't take every W. Sometimes you gotta take an L.
You gotta take an L every once in a while.
Know when to hold 'em. What? Know when to fold 'em.
If I get a copyright claim on this video, I swear. Those are too accurate.
Hey, just because we like to sing.
Right.
Actually, I'm gonna get. Let It Go is gonna trigger.
That's gonna kill us.
The faint back because
faint
Disney's so brutal.
Let's
They're
cover
like,
our asses now. Disney.
Yeah.
Let's fix that now.
How audible is Frozen for you guys? Like, I'm sure it's clipping out here and there. Maybe when they're singing, it's a little bit louder. Yeah, I know, right? No, I didn't even think about it. It's fine. I'll just put ads on the video. So, let's see. For the 3 people that watch it. Alright. It's alright, Kat.
You got
You got
Thank you
this.
for telling me it's alright, man.
I believe in you. Kai Mom, I was going to recommend a small change. Let me know if you agree. I think this white square right here should probably be part of the hair, right? So that can be another shade of pink. I'll change it and see what it looks like.
Kanye, Maru West.
The first. No, how dare you?
Frosting. Let's see. I can turn it back and forth. I think that looks good. We'll go with that.
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
One of these things is not like the other. Said no one ever.
You prefer dark chocolate to milk chocolate?
No.
Yes.
Trash.
I am my aunt's nephew.
Correct, sir.
No, jeez.
No.
No. No.
Dark chocolate's pretty good, but
What is it?
Nah.
Bittersweet?
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on the kind of chocolate you're getting.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I like
You're trash.
I like a higher content of cocoa in my chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 60 to 70%. That's my favorite.
Shit.
Okay. All right.
You ain't got no choice.
Right.
Yours is looking really good, Andrea.
Thank you.
Excited to see it when it's done.
Yeah, it's got multiple boards, so don't like
Yeah.
tip it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's better to just iron it here.
That's the plan. I'm not going to move it.
Very good.
Dylan, all your black in this section is going to be gone by the time.
It's fine. We got. I have several very large.
I'm not even finished with my outline completely.
Don't worry.
I'm still like.
If there's one
trying to
color
keep
I have
myself-
more than enough of, it's black.
You have to, for sure.
I have a gigantic bag.
So
There's significant other like baking squares of chocolate. Wow, that's like.
That's the darkest shit.
Yeah, right. It's
No,
basically
that's
just
like
bitter
entirely too bitter to eat for me.
chocolate. Interesting.
Mhm.
Baker's chocolate.
Yeah, baker's chocolate is.
Yeah, there is no sugar in there.
I don't think I can do dark chocolate straight. Like, I really like dishes or desserts that have some dark chocolate in them.
Ooh, almost destroyed it.
I'd have been so mad.
I'm so sorry.
It took me 45 minutes just to get this.
Eat
With my level of
Spriting.
clumsiness, everything so far that hasn't been destroyed is nothing short.
So
of
I do plan. I can iron everybody's if everyone wants. If you don't want to stress out, that's the only stressful part of bead
I
spriting.
100.
There's iron, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind ironing mine, I don't.
Okay.
You're doing. I don't want
You ain't trying to hear that.
It's shaping. Are you talking to your body?
to. You got this, bro.
Alright. We're gonna have the moment of truth soon to find out if I have enough shades of pink to pull this off. Probably gonna have
I
to.
feel like I'm missing.
You're probably.
Same here. That's how I feel.
No.
Because I want to be able to do this and like, okay. Especially that little middle piece, that's the part I'm trying to get down. That's why I end up just doing this piece and started.
You gonna take a nap after this?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. I like that idea.
This is the same way.
Big fan of naps. I'm gonna get the cherry out of the way. It's kind of driving me nuts that I haven't done it.
Now, another really good game that I played was Nier Automata.
Nier Automata, yeah, I played that on stream recently.
That was a really boss game.
Yeah.
That was one of the few games I've ever actually been able to actually get the platinum trophy for.
Nice. And that's work, I know that game.
Yeah.
Do you have to do the secret bosses to get that?
Yeah.
Ooh. So, the guy that makes Nier Automata, he has contempt for Square Enix. So one of the DLCs he put out, the super boss that you fight is just the CEO of Square Enix. Like, it's literally just the dude, this Japanese guy, businessman in a suit. It's not like they made like a monster and named him that. Like, he's just this guy that beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, he was not easy by far.
It took me a long time to come around Nier Automata. By the time I beat it, when I understood it as a whole product, I liked it a lot.
I remember that question.
Yeah, right? But while I was playing it, I was frequently annoyed, but I think that was the point. I think Yoko Taro was trying to annoy me, and I didn't realize that he was doing that on purpose until I beat the game. And then I beat it, I was like, oh, now I understand why I was so irritated. But it's really, really a good game. Yeah, cat hair. Single red bead? Oh, I dropped it. Good call, I missed it. Just drop him and don't see him land. The last webcam I used for this was slightly less HD, so you didn't see all the little cat hairs as much. 2. Looking good.
I believe I screwed up somewhere.
Do I want to use... What happened?
I messed up somewhere.
Someone have brown, not necessarily super dark brown.
Oh, that's super dark. Like the tan?
Like this.
Oh,
That would
that's
be perfect. Yeah, could I get like 7 of those?
Such an exact number.
6, actually.
Actually, this is 7.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't want to do it too dark. I might change the reds and coral that I used for the cherry later. We'll see. As I get back here, you get a chance. No pressure.
I know when I get home, Ryan's gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?"
It's
I need another board. Oh.
Alright, I'm done.
You're done?
Yep.
All right. You want me to iron it?
Yes, please.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, take that down and then put the other side, like, of the ironing board down. So that way it'll be...
Being very careful. Don't worry.
Floor.
Just leave it where it is. It's fine.
Okay, it's a little uneven right
There
there.
you
I
go.
know. It's part of.
Multiple. I mean, I managed to get it
Sorry,
pretty
sorry.
good over here.
Looks really good. Yeah, that's gonna happen. It's okay. I'll fix it.
Okay, I trust you.
Trust me.
I trust you. I've been doing that in Spyro because there's a lot of blind jumps where you just and I haven't memorized the level, but they put gems there, and you're like, and Sparks is pointing over around the corner.
Go over here, over
Yeah,
here. It's
so
like
you just
I
kind
don't
of
want to
jump.
go over there. It's so
Like,
dangerous.
Just getting out of dodge.
Yeah, you want me to move this chair?
Yes. Be very careful. Yeah, Andrea's coming with a chair.
Like wrestling?
Yes.
Like wrestling?
Just like wrestling?
Thank you for doing a Beadsprite, Andrea.
Not a problem. Happy to do some Fluttershy and hang around the wall.
Cheers.
I'm here for now.
That's totally fine. Thank you very much.
I feel.
Hi, girl.
I really don't know how I feel
How
about
are
this.
you?
I can, if anyone needs consulting, I can take a break to consult here.
Okay, please.
Teacher?
Like, I feel like I got my numbers all wrong somewhere.
After I iron this, I will take a look. Promise you. Oh, and Raker, if you're around, I can show you your finished Beadsprite. It's quite nice.
This pants, but on the pants.
I'll set it near the Fanto while I iron this for Andrea. I'm not going to move the camera. Hers is really big and it's over multiple pegboards, so I want to make sure I get it right. Yeah, our couch. Marty is a bit of a longer haired cat than Ben, so you can tell if he's been sitting somewhere for a really long time.
I can't cold.
They are.
Hands are cold. He said, no, they're not. Like,
You're wrong.
you liar.
I can't.
Such a falsehood.
Brand that horse. I'm waiting for this to warm up. Where do you think you're wrong?
Like, I feel like I'm wrong
Jack, you got that?
at the size. Like, how many?
You want a cookie, baby?
4. 2, 3. How's it coming, Dylan?
I'm waiting for it to heat up.
Okay. I was gonna wait until it's done.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're good here. Here.
There.
And that's the correct gap, too. I think you're right. I think it's just really big.
Oh, okay.
You're just in trouble.
You're just in trouble.
You do get a lot of empty space coming up, unless if you want to fill the heart part in with white.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to
Around inside.
Yeah,
just
what?
work on.
Oh, looks good, Cat.
I
You're
know
sweet to
this.
say.
I know this outline and all. I'm still not finished, but I'm proud.
You should be, baby. You're doing a great job.
Good job.
Alright, here we go.
Yay, good job, as Jay used to say. Yay, good job.
I was telling him while we were waiting on you guys, like, he still does the walk on his tippy toes.
Oh, yeah. That he does.
He's been doing that since he was Cameron's age.
I'm pretty stressed about doing Andrea's here because it's a lot of pegboards, and it's my wife's special Beadsprite that she works so
Double
hard on, and she wasn't planning to, so... Imagine, like, I should plug in the heart rate monitor. Imagine I'm fighting a boss in Dark Souls right now.
Dylan,
I better not
Yeah,
fuck
Don't
it
you
up.
dare mess up.
I can feel it happening.
Excuse me.
Use your patience elixirs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
patience
yeah.
elixirs. Pop all my cooldowns. Now's the time.
Pop those down.
Don't save them for later.
Nope.
This
what
is
you've
the
been
final
saying
boss. Not gonna need 20 elixirs for the next boss.
before. If you don't make it there. Dylan, that was your problem with the game I was watching you. You were saving up all your resources, and I'm like, Dylan, you have 3 dead party members.
That was
There's
it,
no
Darkest Dungeon?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
game's cool.
I like that game. I think your advice is what won that. I would not have won otherwise. Oh, it's not a good time. He was like, yeah, but you're just gonna die. You're not gonna get to see the final boss.
There is no final boss.
I have a problem. Some say problem with like why.
Right.
So you make it harder than it needs to be on yourself.
I mean, I was finding it's just a normal entry to the last like level 6.
Here's what it looks like right now.
That is
looks,
so kick-ass.
It looks good, but I'm not confident yet. So still
Don't
pretty
you dare
afraid.
get confident.
At any point.
Nice. Good night, Raker. Shoot me the address you'd like me to send it to in Discord, and I'll make sure it makes it to you. Shouldn't be too expensive to ship internationally because it's quite
Every time I
small.
pick up the pink and peach ones, I have to pick up both of them to compare them so I can know which one I'm grabbing. That's the nightmare I'm in. That's the hell I know. Just like
Yeah, I guess the problem with yours is that with every other sprite, you're like, oh, I know what this is. I know what I'm drawing right now. But except for that one pixel that I mentioned, you're not going to know what any of that shit is.
Thank you for understanding. Dylan.
It's got to be hard to keep track of the one you just did, too, right?
Good job, brother.
Well, fortunately, there's so many different colors that you just move
Oh,
forward
okay,
from
yeah.
the last one you messed up. That was over from the last horrible one I decided.
It's Mr. Frankie, the Christmas bird. He comes from me, he comes from you.
He comes from me, he comes from you?
Yeah.
I know it's all right.
Yep.
Yep.
The canon is that Mr. Hanky could be anyone.
Yes.
But he decides to come out of Kyle every time.
Every.
What's the matter, Kyle? Damn it, Mr. Hanky.
Oh no. Let's see.
Greatest South Park character of all time, though, is Tally.
I love how they made Tali specifically to not be a good character. They're annoyed that
You're the worst.
Comedy
You're the worst
Central
character ever.
is making toys out of everything. Like, they can't make a toy out of a talking, drugged out towel. And they totally did.
Yeah. It worked.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Hold my joint.
Exactly. built a snowman.
Oh my god. I don't like that. Oh my god.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
Nothing happened.
Nothing's really.
Part of it's like, I have time. You have to get it off the pegboard as fast as you can, because the longer you wait, the more it warps. And you don't want it to get cold after it's warped, otherwise you'll never be able to flatten it.
Oh
But it's
god.
really, really hot, so I have to like dig my fingernails in there to get them off the pegboard.
Don't you ruin it, Dylan. Is it too late? Have you already ruined it?
Don't say that.
It's extra tricky when you have little parts that just barely extend onto a pegboard. Like Andrew, you notice how the end of her tail is just barely on another pegboard.
Yeah.
Shit. It's supposed to.
It already looks funky anyway.
You could have done drop bear, cat. You could have done drop bear. Drop out bear, excuse me.
Yeah. You're right.
I'm sorry, that's not helpful.
No, it is.
Ain't nobody gonna bump it except for you.
Straightforward.
Yep.
Don't worry about discrepancies.
Just unversed.
Red is red, black is black,
Yep.
white is white, and that's it.
In your press copy with me, knock this one out too.
I want to make
Yep.
9/11 tower.
Yeah, good job, babe.
I didn't make any mistakes.
Yep, I know.
I see what you're saying. Like you do. Andrew.
Nice.
She's
Nice.
so pretty! It did.
I think Andrew's is okay.
Yay!
Do you have like a dark peach, like a flesh?
I was about to say, you say flesh, I look at my flesh. I'm not peach.
Flesh is my flesh.
Like pure white flesh?
Like pure white. What?
If you need more space, you can scoot a bit.
That's funny.
You should check. It's just under the book, so just
Yep.
give it a couple minutes under the book, and then if you want to go take your nap. Preston, you got room to scoot, and then you can fit in your extra ones there.
All right.
All right.
Jay, if you're getting up,
It is
can you hold me
finished.
down? What? Can you hold me down, please? Thank you, sir. You're helping a sick dad. I appreciate it.
It is a true story.
America loves a sick dad.
Wow. Okay.
Now, this one's already looking pretty good. Should get the yellows out of the way while I'm thinking about it. Sprinkles, right? I want to do the sprinkles right now because it's kind of hard to see them against the yellow backdrop. Also, if I do the sprinkles, then I can use them as a reference point for every other color. Just fill in the capture on. Oops, that's not. That's cheddar. So another one, if you've never made Beadsprites before, and especially if you're planning on making NES sprites, you need to get a ton of cheddar. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but on the NES, that's like their favorite color. It's this kind of orangish color. Like, you don't really think about it, but Super Mario's skin is cheddar. At least in Mario 1. I think they went with the more peach color in Mario 3.
stupid kids used to do.
Mm-hmm. Were you working on a project to make all of them?
Yes.
Did you do it?
I believe I have only 3 or 4 so far.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could happen.
I know, so I'm so close.
Okay, you gotta go.
Yep, that's
Okay.
Decide this is the color I actually want. I think it's gonna be fine.
I would think using that tool is a lot more
Prodding. What's that, Lou?
No, I was saying I would think using the tool is a lot.
It's helpful for me to do.
If you're gonna use your fingers, you almost have to like slip it out of your. That's you gotta hold it and pinch it until it pops out, and it's kind of hard to do.
Especially if you got wide, fat fingers.
Yeah, right here. I'm showing mine off on stream right now. You can see it
Sorry.
bit into my cuticles and blood everywhere. It's really hot.
badly needed a man.
I know, right?
Dylan, it is a good idea to like work on an outline regardless of like price pieces of like deep sides.
I mean, there's different pros and cons to both. I do outline right now because it makes it easier to tell if I made a major mistake.
I did it line by line and didn't make any mistakes.
Andrea did it row style and it was perfect. And she did it super fast, as you guys may have seen. Like, she was done with her huge Fluttershy way faster than any of us. So it can be done.
Yeah, if you don't suck.
Oh,
you, Andrea.
man.
Damn.
Yeesh.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Perler girl. Do you like Perler beating? I assume so. Actually, be able to get away with using coral there again, even though I used it on the eye. I might change the reds on the eye later, the cherry. Andrea didn't even do an outline. She just 3D printed it straight up, no fear. She knew what she wanted to do. She knew that she could succeed.
And I did.
And she did. But yeah, once it's done if you give it a few more minutes under the book, we can show it off on the stream. The big ones, I didn't mention this, but I said that the front of it's kind of uneven. Like here's Fanto, you can kind of see some of the holes that didn't melt all the way. The back looks fine. The back is completely uniform if you don't mind seeing the holes in the beads. So you always have a choice of the way you want to display it. I generally like the flat side more, but
Up there.
first off.
Take all the black ones.
Look at his sprite. Of course, this. That's what I'm for.
I've got more if you need them.
Yeah, I'm sure. But damn. I really would like
Sometimes you got a
this.
Jafari.
I should find. You guys have Jafar over at your place right now, right?
Jafar's at work.
Oh, okay, very good. So I would try to show it off on stream just to show. Actually, someone wants to look it up. It's the Super Nintendo or Genesis sprite. It's the same game. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I found it through Genesis, so...
And it was one of Donovan's first ever Beadsprites. Just like, whoops, this is way
right.
too-
Whoopsie!
That was...
Didn't go so wasn't so cool then.
Oh,
It looks really nice now that it's done.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Isn't the cape like purple and black,
It's
and the black is
purple.
just black, just huge,
It's
giant,
huge.
entire bag of black.
this didn't look like shit
And now it looks good.
until I put the bottle
Yeah.
in. It didn't look like it.
You were starting to get worried, starting
Starting
to sweat a little bit.
a little bit, like far too kind.
Can I get some of those peaches that I passed over? Thank you. That's what we'll do. Those will do too. Thanks. If you need them back, let me know. He got inside the 5 for the first time today and lost a fumble.
Who did what?
Navy?
Oh, Navy and Army.
Yeah.
Plan.
So, I feel like these blues are big. This one is trash. Okay, so I'm going to white forward. I should never be creative.
I think the size of that one is going to be really nice.
Me?
Yeah.
For the compliment. I don't feel in any way that you.
You can, I have like corkboard and hot glue guns and stuff that Andrea got for me a long time ago. If you wanted to turn one of these into a coaster or something, or a magnet.
Oh yeah, there's pork.
Or a Christmas ornament?
Or a Christmas ornament. It could totally be a Christmas ornament.
Can this go on the tree?
I don't know yet.
How the fuck this is?
Now, Grandpa, watch your
Yeah,
language.
Andrea, if you want yours to be an ornament, we can do that really easily. Just put a wire through one of the bead holes.
I like that idea. It'll be a big ornament. Can it be the tree topper?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's so cute.
It looks really good. Can you
It is.
control
I think it'll just be good
It's
as
a
an
little
ornament.
pony.
Good thing we're not
See
having a
Fluttershy?
Christmas tree this year.
No, I'm not gonna let you touch it.
glad.
Sorry. Look at that.
Yeah, having a Christmas tree is overrated, and that's why we're not gonna have one.
Glad we're not
But
doing
you guys are really not doing one now.
It's just overrated.
You want to show?
Here is
We're
Andrea's.
just not gonna do it this year.
Oh, wow. It's so big I can't get the whole thing. Turned out really nice. And again, it looks better the further away it is because you don't have the... Here's what it looks like.
No, we're just messing around. I'll try to see if we can get a reaction out of you.
She nailed it. That is Fluttershy. And it can be a tree topper.
No, we'll just make it into an ornament.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Really good.
Well, I don't know what we're gonna use as a tree topper. We don't need a tree topper.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Turtle Queen.
McQueen as in Lightning
We
McQueen?
got us a tree, my G.
Alright, I'm headed upstairs.
Later, have a good nap.
Excited to-
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Dr. Sister.
See you, Andrea.
Oh, wait, I need my phone.
Hey, gotta have music.
She will Reddit. Or just do stuff. What's that like? The way millennials watch TV is to put on an episode of a show they've already watched and play on their phone for 45 minutes. That's no. It's not. It's not. That's not how. That's how millennials watch movies. You go on Netflix and you look for a movie, then you give up and put on an episode of a show you've seen and play on your phone.
I'm getting creative for the last part of this day.
Ooh. You miss Andrea Cameron?
Oh, Andrew's gone. She went to go take a nap, honey.
It's Andrew's nap time, baby.
Did you have a nap?
No.
I think I screwed this up. Wait. Oh wait, no, we're.
Get in there.
It looks like the webcam does wash it out a little bit. So the colors you guys are seeing aren't quite reality.
What'd you do? You pushed it over?
I think it
Now
ended.
you can't see it?
Or is it still going?
Sounds like a personal problem, Cam.
I love that line.
Hold on, baby. You gotta wait.
Have patience. Have patience.
I know. Because you're the most awesomest big brother ever.
That's
Good, baby.
Well, what do you think you can do to become a better big brother?
Be more attentive.
Less sister.
feels like how yours is
Hey, you serious? Thank you.
I could actually,
Can you see it a little?
I can see it.
Seriously, man?
Yeah.
I'm full of y'all. Thank you.
I'm sort of full of doubt too. I think I'm doing okay.
It's the only way to get
Yours is good. Yeah, that's how everyone lives. If anyone tells me that they're confident, I'm like,
You're a lie.
narrow my eyes at them, like, sure?
Like you need like the ultimate eye cut. Like really,
Yeah.
like really. Are you really saying that right now?
I don't know. Never heard of anyone who's sure of themselves. That sounds like a scam.
I think.
Sounds like a scam.
I think you're full of shit.
So I'm bordering it more, Dylan,
Mm-hmm.
because it's usually bordered a little more.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually bordered by red too. I thought about changing it from.
I need some
Oh,
black.
That's fair. Black.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't encourage it. Oh my god.
What happened?
He used the tool and squeezed it out.
The tool is shooting me.
Popped out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost done. Well, I'm almost ready for Dylan to check.
Welcome back to
Dylan.
school.
Professor Marstead.
Touchdown Navy.
Speaking of Navy,
Touchdown, Navy.
Jay, are you excited for
Sorry, that's really good.
ROTC next semester?
That's an appropriate reaction.
Yeah, because I've seen what they do.
Right.
You should feel just that way too.
I'm bailing out in my previous color decision, so I have to undo all this stuff.
Man, Kai Mom's thing is really
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm pumped for it to be done.
real fans of the Kai
I have a slightly darker shade that I want to use first, so backing up here.
Henry, what are you doing? What is
Mom. What, Cameron? It's okay. It's okay.
Is Ben down here again?
The kitty can't get The kitty can't get you.
Did Ben make it down here again?
Yes.
I put 2 barricades in front of the door.
She said no,
Cammy, it's Ben. You know Ben. Hi, Benedict. Why are you afraid of Ben now? You used to love Ben. There's a sound effect about you liking Ben.
No, kitty.
She had time to say.
No.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Dylan's getting him. Dylan's moving him.
Ben's not even gonna mess with you. Ben's more scared of you than you are of him, but at least that's what I used to think.
Please.
Stop.
See, acting like that, I'd put the cat in there with you, just to make you even more mad.
Because that's true family.
That is the family way. Like, no, you will learn to get along with this cat.
It's Ben. He's soft and furry.
Cam is afraid of Ben. Yes, she is very afraid.
Yeah.
What happened last week?
Cam is
I don't
very
know.
afraid.
That just happened out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's
She always
crazy.
says, "Hi, kitties. Hi,
Like-
Ben. Hi, Benedict."
Like, we got back from Ohio, and next thing you know, she was just flipping out.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know what happened. Oh,
Let her
Ben's
watch.
back.
Again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No joke.
I put her in with Andrea and closed the door.
And then he left.
And then he's gone. He's going back up the stairs now.
Alright, well, let me know if he
Yeah.
shows up and try to
At this
capture
point,
him.
it's just about if she makes any noise, I guess. Everybody's watching. Thanks.
What are you doing? Are you blowing your nose?
Yeah, she realized that she was getting snot from her crying, and she wants more snot now because she's delighted by it. She's trying to spray it out of her face as much as she can. I get it, Cameron. I understand.
I get it.
I get it.
You make kids so deserved. When I'm done with mine, I will get.
No worries.
Me and Jay feel better about myself.
I don't know if it'll work the second time.
Jay compliments. Pretty potent stuff. Can I get those peach ones again, Dylan, from off the way?
This one?
I think so.
Why do you keep knocking it over? Quit touching it.
Some people's kids.
Ugh. Some people's Camerons.
Some people's kids.
What's that? Now, Dylan, I give you free artistic expression with mine. You don't have to ask me to replace it.
Ben alert, Ben alert.
Works better.
It's
You go
okay.
right ahead.
Were you gonna change the border at all?
I just changed the border. So
Okay.
I'm finishing the border. So ignore the black and the yellow borders, and then just anything inside those that you think you have a better color for.
Okay.
Bounce off.
Oh, this is the worst. I had a bead land sideways inside other beads.
Yep.
So
That's fun. Okay.
the ones I'm placing right now are Hama beads, so they're gonna melt a little bit differently, but I think it'll look fine.
Alright, it's done, Dylan.
Okay. I'll be there in 1 second.
No problem. I'm just gonna take it, bring it to you, and then go.
That means I can use the tweezers.
Do not. Oh,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Oh shoot! Just water. Forgot it was there.
Don't die. Just don't hit the pro. That's all we ask.
Once you made the oh shit sound, I was like, ah!
Everybody's like, huh.
Water? Water?
Yeah, I'll get you some water. Hold on.
We hear the worst song in Frozen. It's just the lowest quality song. It doesn't need to be there. They just kind of were like, oh shit, we haven't had a song in a while. We gotta
Yeah, let's
do the
just
song
toss
again.
something in.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay, you want to take my spot at the table?
Yeah, like up here, you want to come up here? Is that better for you?
You got paper towels? Awesome.
Yeah.
Sure.
Water?
Hold on. Yeah.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Water? Water? Water?
Mushu, Mushu.
Sorry, but
Do we have any of this color open?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's literally in his hand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I don't think that's the same. No, that's not the same color.
No, I don't think so. That one's shiny though,
Oh.
My branch went off.
so it might melt a little weird. Just
You
be
need enough
prepared.
board?
Oh yes, I know the shiny ones.
Yeah, but
Oh, it's not connected piece.
yeah.
Shoot. Is it
Oh.
What's happening?
Jay.
you gotta lower everything one dot?
Oop.
Ugh.
It's not fun. I don't think I want that to be wet. Tater tots. Gator golf. Give it a look. Shit. Oh no. Oh no. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Oh no.
If I knew that whole song, I'd sing it with you.
I only know Gaston.
The only part I know is I'm super.
Thanks for asking.
Don't you think I look good in this hat?
Cam, no! Get Jay, get that from her, please. No, because you're shaking it. You can't shake it. Your mom.
That's you. Yeah, throw yourself on the ground. It's not helping your at all.
You guys haven't seen this on stream, but Cameron, well, the fact that she's yelling is kind of new. She used to just throw herself on the ground silently, which was great. Because she felt like she was making a difference, and we were just like, you look ridiculous. You're just like ragdolling silently.
She had the cup, but she was shaking it.
I'm gonna try to iron both of these at the same time here if I can. Oh, Kat, yours looks good, man.
Okay, so my concern was the blues in the top right hand corner.
Yeah.
It's supposed to kind of look like a wing, and I don't feel like I'm getting that across. I don't know what all you could do about that, but that.
This looks ridiculous. Oh, man.
Go ahead. No, I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Not necessary. But
I think it looks good. I don't think there's anything I'd do to change it. Someone ever watch Caillou by accident? Caillou, though.
Just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more.
Whiny kid who's like bald and gets his way all the time by yelling.
I like exploring on Caillou.
I do not know.
Not missing out, apparently.
Yeah, you're really not.
oh, definitely.
I'm changing the colors on the cherry here. Cherries tend to be a dark red, right? Really think of cherries as a bright, like apple red.
Yeah, no.
Depends on what kind of cherries. Like cartoon cherries are like bright. Actual cherries are dark.
I think given all the pink, darker red would be better here. Find where my crab apple is.
Really, crab apple, all you gotta do is look outside Donnie's apartment. They're everywhere.
No, those were actual apples. Thank you very much. They have just now shriveled up because it's cold. Respect my apple trees. Thank you. They served their purpose this summer.
Where's that dark red you were using for? Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Caillou is demonstrably bad. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that's better. Makes it pop more with the other colors. Alright, well, here's what it looks like pre-ironing. That's pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and iron it now. No problem, Kaimon. You and everyone's support during the fundraiser. Send Jaden and Cat packs.
Hey!
It was a formative experience. All in all.
How long did it take you to settle on that word? Oh, that's a good word.
I think I was using the word formative to describe the experience before it happened.
Oh, okay.
Like, you should pay money for this because it will be formative.
That's a good word.
This is Checker's Guide to the Galaxy, by the way. It's like the style of a Bible. It's got gold leaf. So Andrea's Christmas gift she got from somebody. She lives in Kat, could you... You're not really mobile. Jaden, could you go to the kitchen table and grab the parchment paper? It's like
The ironing paper.
ironing paper? Pretty sure it's Thank you, Kat.
I can see you racking your brain trying to think, like, how can I say this to him?
Translucent?
And I think the hardest part was he knows what it is, but you just gotta say it right.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Just gotta see this right.
Now we're going back to
Amy.
Huh?
Is it alright, Amy Winehouse?
Back to black.
Hey.
You tried to make me go to rehab, but I said, fuck that.
We should,
There's so many other better songs.
I don't listen to Amy Winehouse, so I have no idea. Good.
What's that supposed to mean?
He knows.
I'll stick to my rock and roll, thank you. Hence my shirt, Ice 9 Kills.
Hey, that's a reference to Kurt Vonnegut. The Cat's Cradle is the name of the book. It's a sci-fi story about them inventing a thing called Ice 9, and when Ice 9 touches water, it turns all the water into ice. It just kind of freezes the whole world, and it's like this end of the world scenario.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Andrea had me read that book, actually. I like Kurt. I kind of forget what it's about. Kurt Vonnegut definitely has a message in almost all of his books.
Let's see.
It has a bunch of other side plots too, like the weird Bokanon guy. Yeah, was she though, Hans? Kind of bummed we don't have traditional Disney villains anymore.
Yeah.
That's the problem with everything being inclusive. Because everybody has to have a story. There's no such thing as just evil.
Well, I think my issue with Hans is that, like, he gets off with, oh, we're going to send him home to his brothers, and man, are they going to deal with him? And it's like, he tried to murder, like, a bunch of people. Like,
Right.
this isn't like a ho-ho-ho. Which is funny because old Disney did not shy away from fucking murdering its villains.
Not
Like,
at all.
Tossing them off a cliff.
going off a cliff,
Dropping them in lava.
getting them impaled.
Disney has gotten soft.
Yes, it has. I 100% agree with that. As a Disney fan, I am highly disappointed.
No fire. Yeah, it is.
Well, it's tough because, like, I still like a lot of these modern Disney movies. Like, I like
Of
Frozen.
course. It's
different.
Changed. It's different now.
Fucking holes.
Yeah, because, you know.
It's our fault.
No, I think it's the parents' fault for always tripping about it. Like, oh my god, these shows are they're too, what's the word,
Violent,
Yeah,
dark.
that's the word. It's like, it's Disney. It's always been like this.
I think the whole kids these days thing is not real, though. Like, people have been saying that for so long.
No, I know. It's just a carryover.
Since the dawn of time.
Right.
There's a great XKCD comic that shows some examples of people in, like, BC, like, talking about kids these days. Like, this is last generation.
That's
Like,
funny.
it's all over after this one. Kids are trash. They're lazy.
Kids are kind of trash.
It's true. It's true. Across the board.
Except you, Jay.
Was that Jake's cry sound?
Yeah. You're semi-trash. Wow.
Damn.
Well, it's like phases of the moon, right?
Yeah.
You phase into full trash, and then you phase into kind of trash, not all the way trash.
What, the half trash?
Semi-trash.
Yeah, you're like waxing and waning trash.
That's recyclables, right?
Recyclable.
Okay, Mom, it's pretty cool. There's a physical manifestation of this thing that you made on the internet.
That is sweet.
I want to see her.
Alright, where did I mess up?
Nice. I think it came out alright once it built.
I mean, you take a nap.
Please.
I know.
Yeah, you got it. Won't let her hurt you. Won't let her bag this.
Are you licking your hand? Don't lick your hand. That's gross.
Stop. Stop.
Like, utterly gross.
Stop.
He's so like.
All right, so I don't think we're gonna do Majora's Mask today because that's gonna take.
Ooh.
We'll have one more session that's Majora's Mask, but we'll do all the small ones.
Which mask is that?
That's from Zelda.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
It is.
That's the one I'm doing.
Oh.
Yeah, that one is.
Looks really sweet.
It does. That's your Jafar?
It's Preston Jay's cousin. That's to be my Jafar.
Yes.
Dylan, can you help me out here?
Sure can.
I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong because the edges aren't even.
All right, so this is what Preston's working on, and I'm gonna take a look before we do this next one. Oops. Oh no! Everything's going wrong. All right, I'll fix it.
Can't figure out why I have like a double 3 right here.
Part looks correct. Have you been doing it in an outline, or have you been doing it straight?
I've kind of been going like I started with the outline, and then once I got to a point, I was like, all right, now I need to be able to figure out what's going on in here.
Yeah.
And then I started that.
Bullshit. Stay there.
This should be 3. That set of 2 purples. See? Look right where I'm putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's the same problem on the other side, which is good. It'll be easier to fix.
So,
That's actually right. Put that one back. The black is wrong.
this one?
This one. Not that one, but to the right of that one. Yeah, let me check and make sure that that's right. Goes over 1. And then put 1 more purple in that empty space. Had to make it difficult. No, it's just because it's large. Because you got the 32 by 32, I knew that I wouldn't be able to do all of it. So after the 3, there's 2 blacks. Right. Black.
So black. Black like that.
Yeah, and there's another one on this side. Show you right here.
Oh, you didn't even need the
Alright,
second
and
one.
then what's actually supposed to
You made
happen
it work?
here.
No.
See how it goes 3 black, and then 3 black straight up? And you've got 3 black,
Oh,
black.
it is.
But these should all be 3s. So pop that one over
I
one,
see.
and remove that one. Do the same thing over here. At least you made the same mistake on both sides. Pop that one over one, and then remove the one above it. And then fill purples into the gaps. And I think that fixes it. But you can double check and make sure that the counts are right. Alright. It's probably been long enough that I can go grab the 2 I just ironed. Feeling good, man. Oh, that blows!
Yeah, right?
Oh, he's got an entire pegboard for 1 line! That's the worst!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Why do they do 29 by 29 anyway? Who does that? Who's even like that?
That is dope.
There's very clearly what it's supposed to be.
It looks good for
The
me.
closer you look at it, but that's how these things
That's
work.
But that's Picasso work.
Oh, yeah. I think it looks like a thing.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, like from back here,
Looks like the,
you can definitely tell.
100%. You got the colors really good, man.
Yeah, that's dope, babe.
looks like the thing.
You did great.
Yeah, here, I'll even hold it over by Donovan's.
Yeah, just so you can see what I'm talking about.
It's just a fantasy.
That's really sweet.
What do you think, man? Yeah. Thanks, man.
That's really good.
It's a lot.
Alright, Kai Mom, if you want to see yours here. There it is, completed. It's very nice. It looks pretty nice the further away it is.
Alright, it still looks like it's off.
Backside. I'll come check here in a second. It's pretty cool. And then Cats actually looks like the thing, for instance. So the some of it having holes, some of it not having holes is just jank. You kind of have to live with.
I
Like,
think it actually helps mine.
yeah, I agree.
It helps because I think mine are more distorted the better because then you get that difference in colors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yeah, that helps with it, right? Since there are so many colors.
Yes.
Yeah, so like even like right here, from far enough away that you can't even see the holes in the crystal heart until you get really close to them. Some of them are visible on Kai Mom just because that's the Hama beads and they don't melt all the way. But if you put it on like a fridge magnet or something, it looks really nice. All right, doing this last one for today. I guess we'll see how much time we have left. Andrea's napping, and I might be able to knock out Majora's Mask. See if I can get the old ones in view while I'm working here.
I can't figure out why it still looks off.
I'll help you in 1 second. Andrew's.
I'm almost done too, so.
Yeah.
This is like total stress.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have not done these in
a long time.
it's been a couple years at least.
Okay, where do you think it's wrong?
Like right here. Like still in that same spot.
You're gonna
1,
do
2, 3,
dark red,
4,
cherry
and then it goes
red.
down 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It goes
That's
on
gonna
3.
be
That's
more
right,
the
isn't it?
cherry.
I think the problem is that
what I have.
it seems like it's even, and then it drops to. Even, and then it drops to. And the reason it does that is to get that heart in the center. So the heart's not perfect. So that's correct. I think it's right. I see what you're seeing and what you're worried about, but I think it's correct. So now you need more down here, right? I don't think you might not need one in the bottom right. I hope you don't. All right, let's do it.
Got it.
Marstead cherry red.
Yeah. Could you, Jay? Actually, never mind. I can get.
You want to do that darker for red? No, not that. That'll be like this here. Now you can if you want to. It'll just be a more bold look. But if you want it to be more that like lighter tinted red, then it'll be.
Yeah, let me give you. You should do regular red and then. Where'd it go?
It's the regular red is there.
This is regular red.
Yeah, that's the one.
Regular red.
Okay.
Do you have more than one color of red?
No.
Okay, then you should use that one.
Yeah.
That one is correct.
Mom knows stuff sometimes. Thank you, sir. Fine.
Jay over here, perfect pitch, and switch to
Yeah, you hear this nonsense?
Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah.
Just wow, man, wow.
Good. Fuck.
Yeah.
Get off my G's back.
What? I'm singing here,
I
and
know what he said.
he was telling me what note I should have switched to at the end.
Oh no, he's right. It's what Justin Timberlake would have done to Michael Jackson.
It is.
Donovan's Michael Jackson in that situation?
And
Yes.
that's fine with me. So beat it, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Isla. Appreciate that.
All the parchment wax paper in there.
Should be, yeah.
Okay.
As is the iron place to plug it in. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're super awesome.
We're all counting on you. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Oh, shocking. She's rolling her lips. She's like, ooh.
This one has the most black of anyone that I'm currently doing. I think it'll look dope when it's done, man.
I hope.
You can really see the heart in the gaps right now. That's cool.
Why do you do that? Wow. Stop. Oh.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Should I plug it back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll have to let it run for a second. It has to touch fabric for it to. It'll beep once, which means it's not charging. So just press it on your jeans really fast, and then it'll stop beeping, and then it will actually start to heat. Yeah, so that's press it flat on something. There you go.
That actually felt good.
Nice warm iron. Two. That's 3. I might be able to knock out Majora's Mask. I'll go check on Andrea and see what she's feeling. Else, we could always do another one of these. This actually worked out pretty well. A little cramped over here, but everybody was able to do it.
Yeah.
Nobody tripped and killed
Nobody's
anyone.
stuff got knocked over.
Mm.
No.
Well,
All success.
I mean, it could still end, but that could still happen. But
It could.
the fact that we've made it this far.
But we're not going to let that happen.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
No.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they did this in Moana as well. Like the credits of Frozen play like a pop radio version of Let It Go. And it works for Let It Go because there's only a couple lines in that are very Frozen specific, like Kingdom of Isolation.
I do not like
see
your
what you
welcome in
did.
the pop version.
Well, yes, not You're Welcome, but the the line where the sky meets the sea? Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
That song is very specifically about Moana. Like, you can't be in the car being like, yeah, I'm an island princess, and everybody has uses for the coconut.
Yeah.
Happy on this island. You don't live on an island. I mean, I guess a continent is a very, very large island, technically, but
Yeah, no.
everything is by design. Let It Go is fine as a pop song because I'd be like, oh yeah, I gotta let it go. But that song is like, there's a line where the sky meets the sea. I need to go to the horizon. I need to sail. Like,
Right.
I feel like most people on a Monday to Friday are not feeling like, you know what I really need to do? I gotta go sail because that's my life's calling.
Absolutely. It calls me.
It calls me. That's all I'm saying. Just that they did it again because they did it in Frozen and they didn't really stop to think, is this really a pop song though? Lin-Manuel Miranda did a really good job of just making a good specific song about marijuana. So is Kingdom Hearts most of your exposure to Final Fantasy, or have you played the Final Fantasy game?
No, I actually play Final Fantasy 2.
Nice.
Like, I'm actually pretty excited for the remake of Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I hope that that is released one day ever. Like, I'm excited for it as well.
But my favorite out of the Final Fantasy series, I would probably have to say was the 13 saga.
I've never played 13. I've played every Final Fantasy game except for any of 13. And I've heard that it's really good.
2 and 13 Lightning Returns. Lightning Returns was difficult. Like, it was like astronomically difficult
Compared to the previous games.
Yeah, because
That's one with the timer, right?
Yeah, you literally had to run against time. It was horrible. I hated it.
Hey, Kate Parker, how's it going? Good night, Kai Mom. Address on Patreon. Okay, sounds good. I'll double check. Have a good night. Sleep well. I think 6 is my favorite. Kefka. A lot.
Wasn't Vivi in that one?
Vivi's in 9, but 9 is heavily inspired by the older Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Lightning Returns is unique, if nothing else.
Yeah.
So is this supposed to continuously be flashing red?
That means it's not hot. Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
And sorry, I know. I'm really sorry. My brain goes through that list. It's not a reflection of anybody.
Did you try turning off your device?
Right.
It's like, no, that was not the first thing I tried.
It looks like, according to it, it looks like it's on max.
Yeah, try unplugging it and plugging it back in.
That's true.
And rub it on, like, flat on your pants. Or on the ironing board. And then you hear it go tick. And that means it's heating.
Tick. So maybe that's why I didn't hear last time was the tick.
Yeah.
Because now it's not flashing red, now it's just solid.
There you go.
Okay.
You could give it a little bit to warm up.
Thank you, IT
No
guys
problem.
with irons.
Yeah, I have never used that iron to iron. I have never ironed anything in my life.
Really?
Nope. I have ghetto ironed.
Ghetto iron.
Yeah, please
Throw them in
explain.
the dryer, cuz. What you talking about?
Well, to throw them in the dryer is one way. The other way is if you're like at a hotel or something.
Put them under the mattress.
You run the shower really hot and you hang it in the shower with the hot shower.
Yeah, steam it.
Steam it.
Steam it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
So I know we find ourselves in hotels often in the ghetto. That's hotel travel is. I can't flatten my shirt. Huh. Curses. I will do something so ghetto. Come on, Ben here.
That's funny.
I hate you so much. There we go.
Oh, there goes the smell of the hot iron.
I should connect this on the other side. And I'll find out if I made a mistake. 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit. Nine is very good. I've appreciated Final Fantasy X more and more every time I've played it.
Yeah, I enjoyed 10. I didn't like 10-2 though. I didn't like the system for 10-2.
Well, actually, I really like the game of 10-2. Like, the combat's fantastic. But
Yeah, the combat was nice, but like the actual battle system, the way they set it up, it didn't flow with me too well.
This is the Devout, which is one of the classes from Final Fantasy III. I did a fundraiser, and some of the folks that won the raffle from the fundraiser got to request sprites that they'd like to see. So I can show you what we've done so far. My wife made, Fluttershy from My Little Pony. It's really nice. Someone requested Crystal Heart from Celeste. Panto from Mario 2. This is a custom sprite designed by Kai Mom. It's really neat. And this is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, a Kanye West album. Looks really good from distance. Currently working on this Devout, and then I don't think we're going to have time for it today, but we are going to do this Majora's Mask eventually. That's going to be the final boss beat sprite. Alright. You can continue filling in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to get the outline done first. You're getting there, man.
Right, I am down
You're
to like
so close.
the very end.
Just don't bump it at the end.
That would piss me off. Like that would piss me off beyond all recognition.
I have ruined one beat sprite. I ruined Chris Glover's Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah,
What?
I bumped it and it fell apart.
I'm glad it fell apart.
That's rude. That's rude as hell.
That's funny.
Anything that happened to Chris Glover that's bad, I'm glad. Get out of here.
That's so wrong.
Why you gotta be so rude?
Yeah.
Don't you know he's human too?
Yeah, cat.
Well, Chris Glover.
Not Chris Glover.
He's not gonna marry her anyway.
How's it going, Bo?
No, I'm starting to get to the.
Preston is making a symbol from
Kingdom Hearts,
Kingdom
Birth by
Hearts.
Sleep.
Yeah, the unversed. It's that purple thing on the side. I'll show it off here really quick. Looks pretty good. That's the thing. That's recognizable as the thing. That's all we're trying to do here, is make it recognizable as the thing.
Yeah.
You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel.
Wait. So also, Your Welcome is specifically about Maui, isn't it? Very
That's why I
specifically.
don't like the pop version.
Yeah, that's...
Because he can't say Maui.
Wait, he doesn't say Maui in the pop version?
Not really.
That's really stupid. Does he still say he held up the sun?
He changed a lot of the.
Okay, alright, well,
You have to go back and listen.
I do, but I have to give them credit for actually changing it. I mean, no, it's garbage.
Yes,
but
it is
like
garbage.
that's what bothers me about the other one is it's like this is very specifically about Moana. Like, how do you make Your Welcome about anything about? Okay, whatever. Fine.
It's like you know how he says, "Yes, it's really me. It's Maui."
Breathe it in.
Breathe it in. You take out that whole Maui part. So yes, it's really me. Breathe it in.
No, no, don't do that. Don't make everything. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like you watch these new Disney movies, and I like them. Like I said, I like the new Star Wars and I like the new Marvel movies. But you start to feel like the executives sweating after they've gone for 10 minutes without making a self-aware joke.
Yeah.
And like then it comes and you're like, okay, that was fun. Haha.
How did you?
I thought that was amusing. But come on, guys.
Back to Disney.
So yeah, they're like, part of it, the problem that bugs me is that they can't let anything be tense. As soon as something starts to get tense, someone has to cut it with a joke. It's like, His character's family just died, or whatever the hell is going on.
How can you joke about that?
Actually, what I really liked about Infinity War, they didn't shy away. There was no joke. It was just like, oh shit. And then like 10 minutes. That looks really cool. Can I shut it off on the camera?
Absolutely.
Donovan's. Oh, and you get a really good melting job too.
Thank you.
I am not melting mine.
I got you, man.
Somebody is doing this for me.
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie
You want to
Mouse.
flatten it, or does it already do that?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You want to see it?
I'm done!
Ah,
Didn't come in last.
It's alright, Jay. You got a big one. Alright. Gonna melt
The unversed.
Iron Preston's here. Show you what it looks like. That's pretty sweet. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so if you want to get up, clear space, I'll do a quick pass and just make sure it's not missing anything here. Donovan, could you bring me the iron and the paper?
Yes.
Thank you. Some extra. Oops. See a couple extra.
Damn, I forgot how fun it is to make these fights. I could do this for hours.
Just done.
You done?
Yep, time.
Nice. Yatta!
Thank you very much. I'll set that on the chairs.
Sure. Oh, that looks good. Okay. You're kissing Minnie? Are you giving Minnie Mouse kisses? You love her so much?
3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Just like that. Look at me. Say cheese.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, perfect.
Now I can't see Minnie Mouse. Look at me. Say cheese.
I will show me ironing the other one, but I don't want to cross too many wires, but this is what it's going to look like. I'll show it when it's done here. I've been ironing the small ones over here in the camera view, but they're, as I'm sure you know if you've ever done Perler beads, like there's so many things that can go wrong here. I want to introduce another failure point. There are enough of them already. Symbol from a webcomic.
There's an page that has this specific fact.
Degustitas. You getting close, Jay?
Basically, filling all that's blank white.
You can't come past me. It just. JJ will not be your brother anymore.
Yeah, right.
We will be in.
Friends, like
Watch out.
No.
That's really me. Oh.
No, yes, it's really.
Ugh. Ugh. So, like, the whole, every line of that song is, like, listing what he did that was so great.
Right.
Do you have the lyrics pulled up?
Give me one.
I'm just curious if it, like, includes all of his feats. You know? No, it's from a webcomic. It's Homestuck. That thing he was trying to get the picture of the guy at PAX.
Oh.
Did you ever play Undertale, Preston?
Undertale?
Yeah.
No.
I should.
About it, though.
Super good. One of the guys that does Undertale is also involved with that webcomic.
If this is gonna take us longer, only a few magic, it'll be like not this particular side. Press.
Hey Jay, does that thing connect all the way, or is there a gap? Like, is there like a crack in the middle, and does it connect with beads at all? Okay, no, you're putting white in there. All right. I was asking if it was two separate parts, because you can use clear beads to connect to parts like that. Looks different enough.
Good job, baby.
I got it.
You protected.
Sir, would you mind carefully taking this and taking it off the kitchen table? Still very hot.
Oh, so you're talking about when he lists like all the things?
Yeah.
Okay, so the lyrics to the hip hop version are no, absolutely, you cannot, because if you knock that J, it's going to kill you in real life. He said, honestly, I could go on and on. I can explain every natural phenomenon, the tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was me. Just, I was messing around. Not in person.
Because everybody that's in the car driving to work totally created Earth. Problem with this one, it's not really any connections. So it's gonna rip. Probably is one, but you have to be so fast with this that as soon as it gets cold, it will no longer flat. You have to find, because you have to search for the next part where the clock was. Right there.
Look at this here. This is like here.
All right, we're back. Let's finish off this one.
Here goes Dave. Oh, here goes Dave.
Hey,
Yeah. We did this ball.
let's go. Danny's more.
So I completely lost track of what I was doing, but I'll do my best. Back on track. Do you want to try to do one of the other ones?
Yep.
Sweet.
I think I'm gonna start on the Heartless.
Yeah, it seems like that'll be nice. You did the hard one first, so now it's gonna be smooth sailing.
Always do the difficult one first.
What did you say? Give my baby back. No, because you were serious.
So I need like a bright red back, right?
Yes, that's fine. I think there might be... Jaden might have a small one. Or you can use this back. It's fine. Cameron.
Okay, the bottom section. I feel like these
Stop it.
Good luck, Jay. You know when you're ready for me to iron it. Life is pain, Cameron. It's so hard being a baby. You only get everything you ever want all the time, except every now and then you don't, and that's the worst.
It's like a shot.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name.
Play that on Rock Band. Hi, Filthy Turtle. How are you doing?
Filthy Turtle. That's one hell of a
That
name.
was a good name. It's filthy with a PH, too. Tells you something.
Jay, this came up as I was searching for other stuff.
That's wrong.
It is wrong.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it's
What
wrong.
is this? It's supposed to be like a random. Like,
It's supposed to be what you're doing, right? But it's wrong, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, that's like an alternative. Like,
But it's not the sweet version of what you're doing.
it's not like the iconic one. That one's just like basically. I think it's like one of like the scenes of the webcomic in animation where it's
Okay.
loading screen.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
we don't
spinning.
want that. I see what you're saying. So they copped out to the easier version of it, and you're going for the iconic one.
You see someone else made a similar one.
Never cop.
Yeah, good job, Jay.
Stay true.
It's almost certain that I skipped some black here, so it's going to be tough for me to find where I'm going. If they're going to keep his deeds, why would they get rid of the name Wowie?
Endless supply of thin.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So, the story here, when I was much younger, in my early 20s, I had a lot of expendable income because I was single, did not have a girlfriend, and I had a decent paying job, and I just spent it on video games. I didn't drink or anything like that,
I
so
don't drink at all.
not worth the money. Anyway, I had all this extra money, and I thought it would be cool to, like, buy $100 worth of Thin Mints, because I was like, I eat Thin Mints a lot, and I had a really fast metabolism, and it was a good idea at the time. I did it again when Kat Donovan moved out here, because the Girl Scouts were outside the Smiths, and Kat was working at Smiths, and I was like, hey, I'll give you the $100, can you pick them up? And he's like, yeah. And as he brought them home and I saw the box, I'm like, this was a mistake. I am 31 years old.
This is ridiculous. I'm better than this.
I don't know
Should be
why.
better than this.
I mean, I'm glad that the Girl Scouts are happy, but
They are, and that's what.
Can I see the Twisted Fantasy thing?
it's all yours.
Baby. Absolutely.
You know you make me wanna shout. Lift my hands up and shout.
You can't even tell which is it Kanye's.
Yep, that.
Yeah,
yep,
that's
sure
great.
can.
It's so defined.
Had you? Do you? Am I right?
No, you're right.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I had never noticed it until I was making the sprite,
It's
and then I looked at it.
pretty defined.
No. It is 1 pixel, which is great. Like
Right.
it really, it is the one thing in the entire
it?
thing that is an object. Bought $100 worth of pierogies. Yikes! I'm sorry, Connie.
Oh god.
That's a lot of pierogies.
Well, depending on the type of pierogies, that might just be death for me. Lactose intolerant and all.
Oof.
Thank you, Mother, for passing on such a horrible gene.
Actually, my understanding is most people are lactose intolerant, right? It's actually kind of unusual
That
to
is
be
correct.
lactose tolerant on Earth, not in the United States necessarily.
I mean, should drink cow. Be cow. Hey.
Come on.
Fair usage. Fair usage.
I just had to dispute the copyright claim and call fair use.
Fair usage.
It's all right, Cammy.
You're in trouble with Disney now.
Ooh, could you imagine doing this, Minnie Mouse?
No.
It's a really large Ukrainian.
Oh, hell no.
Nope, nope.
No. That would take 4.
She shared an image of a giant one. I found some other ones on Spreader's Resource, but I thought the face was the best looking one. Probably some other good ones, though.
I was gonna make a.
Find a Mickey of similar size.
Wait, Where did you get that one from? The Minnie Mouse?
I just googled Minnie Mouse
Oh,
spray.
did you?
And you can look up Mickey Mouse face.
That's what I'm doing.
Unfortunately, it's not from like a game. Otherwise, you could get one that's the same. This is the Devout. Yes, this is Chaos Factor's request. Kitty White Mage.
It's good.
$100 worth of chicken nuggets.
Now that I would do.
They'll be all like, here's my address, send it through.
Andrea was super high in undergrad. Her and some of her other high friends went to Taco Bell and ordered 10 grande meals, which is 100 tacos. And they're like, are you serious? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, can you pull forward, please? We'll be out there in like half an hour.
They went through the drive-thru with that?
I know.
You called her?
How
dare you go to the drive-thru?
She knows now. Well, it wasn't her idea. She wasn't driving.
They were high.
You know.
I was gonna say, you gotta at least have enough to be like,
I'm a stoner, but even I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, we should go inside.
Yeah, call
I would
ahead.
definitely
Call ahead.
And then go inside.
I would be like, hey, I would say, I'm really sorry.
First one talks about, I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry.
I'm so sorry.
And I really mean this. And you guys can take your time with it. Yeah, I'm not joking.
I need them like an hour.
And I will give you a tip. You know, I'll give you a
$20.
But I don't really need it. Like,
I need 100
tacos ourselves. we
need Taco Bell tacos.
We need your tacos.
Yeah.
It's a birthday party. It's really specific. My kid really loves Taco Bell. He's dying. You gotta lie something. He's dying, and
He's dying.
That all he ever wanted was.
I'll try to click on it here, Kami. It doesn't break things. Yeah, it looks pretty close.
They really don't like it when you order one. I know.
Yeah,
I used to do it a lot back home. They don't like it when you say it once.
Yeah.
As soon as you say grind, they're like, shit. So are you still ordering?
Yeah.
You still want
I guess I should specify for non-Americans, a grande meal is 10 tacos. So if they wanted 10 grande meals...
It's 12 now.
It's 12? Oh, no. So back in Andrea's day, that was when they said they wanted 10 grande meals, it means they want 100 tacos.
Yeah.
They like the extra large catering order of nuggets. Oh, soon can you have that red? Yeah, that works. We've done that with Cane's, but Cane's has like a catering thing where they like know, okay, someone wants 50 chicken fingers. They're not kidding.
I'm sure that they don't even like doing these. I've done it a couple of times, and they almost certainly burn half.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't like it.
You telling me they burn it on purpose?
I don't know if it's on purpose, but they're burned. You smell it when you get in the car, like, oh.
At which point I'm jumping out the car talking about you sons of bitches.
Pretty good.
I want you to remake them and not burn.
Oh no, I dropped it. Oh, okay. All right, it's fine. It's okay. It's not okay. Oh god.
Dylan. You did it. Take a deep breath, bro.
All right. Well, my finger touched a correctly placed bead, stuck to my finger, dropped off my finger, then flew into another location. So I don't even know where it was supposed to be.
Oh, so. And it landed somewhere wrong?
Someone rewind the VOD. Tell me where to figure.
Since we can't rewind life.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of... I don't think there's...
Look up,
As long as it looks like it's...
I feel like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse have exactly the same face. I think we could just do this.
That's what I was thinking.
I think we could do this. So
and just not take off the
eyelashes.
Yeah, no bow, no eyelashes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that here in a second. Let me finish this one.
You're done.
I think we can make that. We have the technology.
Oh yeah.
But you could do the entire bottom half of her face up to the eyelashes. If you did row by row from the bottom. And by the time you get there, I'll probably be ready to edit out the bow and the eyelashes.
Whites. Whites.
No, don't worry about it. I got it. I got y'all. We're gonna make this work.
Whites, my G.
You're gonna be there.
Do-do-do.
No one ever was
Now.
to
catch them is my real test.
You know that song, Cammy?
Train them is my cause.
Da-na-na.
I will travel across the land,
Do-do-do.
searching far and wide.
Ba-na-na-na.
These Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
Gotta catch 'em, it's you and me.
I know it's my destiny, Pokemon. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend.
Gonna get a copyright strike. Gotta catch 'em, it's so true.
You are Pokemon.
All of that song was for the context.
You are Pokemon.
A really strong fair use argument for that.
She's one. She's one.
Can you guys hear her? Cameron just said she wants Pokemon. Do you want Pokemon?
Anybody who grew up on Pokemon still.
This poor video. We got Disney and Nintendo. We got the two people that love people using their intellectual property. We didn't pick anything safe. Bon Jovi, I hear he's a dick. That's not actually. I'm sure Bon Jovi is a very nice man. It's alright, Cameron. That she's groaning with how much she wants Pokemon and isn't getting it right now.
Done.
You done?
Hey, he's
All right.
done.
Look at
Donovan, would you mind ironing that one?
Don't mind at all.
Baby, what do you do?
Oh, for sure. You have to take your picture. Because if I drop it.
Cameron, she's on the floor and groaning like she's straining. Like if she strains her body enough, she'll get Pokemon again. Like it'll just happen in the universe, you know? It's like flexing a muscle.
that's a Pokemon.
Or she'll just shit herself.
Right.
Don't give me a heart attack.
Stinky booty. Somebody got a stinky butt?
Oh, no, I'll finish that.
Now I just have Pokemon's back.
Thank you, Jay, for helping to clean up.
Clean up, everybody, everywhere.
Power up spoon.
Clean up, everybody.
Spoon is really being up show. What's last one? Put that crack too. Eight. Now.
Now I'm getting a copyright strike from Barney. Way to go. Is that a Barney song?
Yes.
I don't know.
Unfortunately,
Preston, is it?
unfortunately, I know this, but yes, it is.
No, so Barney is not quoting it, like singing someone else's song. It is an invention of Barney. I didn't know that.
So, where should these are not.
Yes, baby.
Yeah, that's it. So if you can fit them in there, that should be right. Just double check. Perfect.
Perfect.
Cammy, you're silly. I think White's done. Alright, sweet.
Last bit of.
Barney the Dinosaur isn't all the way trash as far as kids programming
No,
goes.
it is trash.
Well,
It is trash.
Busy being.
I love Barney.
Shush! Shush!
see, Barney.
Shut your face.
I'm defining children's programming trash as like how does it teach anything?
Okay. In that sense, yes, Barney was okay.
Yeah, at all. Because there are children's programming that teaches nothing. There's actually children's programming that's so bad it does the opposite of teaching.
Yeah.
It teaches
Like
bad behaviors.
Freaking Teletubbies.
Yeah, Teletubbies.
They taught nothing.
Teletubbies was awesome.
Yeah, you were high.
Exactly. If you watch Teletubbies, you were almost guaranteed to be a stoner.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that it feels
Okay,
really. It must,
Caillou was trash too, because Caillou got into a lot of random shit.
I think Caillou's trash.
Yeah, Cammy. Yes, here. I'm right here.
Caillou teaches that if you whine, you'll get your way. That's my understanding.
That's like, and Peppa Pig is so
I've
condescending.
heard Peppa
to her
Pig's the
father.
same thing too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that all programming needs to be educational or serve a purpose, but I think that when you're very young, especially when you're like Cameron's age, when you're between the ages of 0 and like 3, it had better do something, you know? And like that's where Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street succeed. That they're fun. Sorry, Cameron. They're fun things are happening, but there's usually something that's being discussed, something useful.
I agree.
And you can do both. And if you can do both, you should do both when you're that young. And then, you know, you can make Teletubbies for stoned people. That's fine. Your children should never be stoned when they're that young.
Chowder. Rada.
Cameron likes Elmo's World, though, so she doesn't have an opinion.
Caillou had its moments. I was delayed. Panic attacks by watching that bald spawn of dullness.
Is Caillou just an objectively worse Charlie Brown?
Yes.
So, like, you have, like, the bar and its bald characters, and you've got Saitama's all the way on one side. Charlie Brown's actually pretty close to Saitama. I think that... But where's Doug on that? Is he kind of bald?
You know what? No,
Should I be opening that door?
Doug was the shit. Doug was the shit.
Don't do that.
I don't care. Doug was the shit.
Should I open that door?
Don't do that, Dylan.
Should I open that door? Saitama is Ultra Instinct Charlie Brown. It's pretty great.
Good old One Punch Man. So good. So good.
I didn't like One Punch Man.
Oh, it's a bummer.
Fantastic. Did you finish it, though?
No, I couldn't get past like the first 5 episodes. I was just like, this is so boring.
It's on purpose. It's the best. That's what makes it so great.
The writing is brilliant.
Because it's like a parody of every superhero movie ever made. Work. It's like you watch a Batman movie, and like there's no tension. Batman's gonna win. He's gonna beat the guy. You know, it's not gonna be in one punch, but you're not
like it's
afraid.
Really good in the same vein that Expendables.
I haven't seen Expendables. Should I?
Yes.
Okay.
I will say yes.
Good.
Because it's like it knows what it is and it makes fun of what it is without being embarrassing itself.
Sure. Right. Like
It never embarrasses itself. It's just aware.
the modern,
Well, because you think I have something.
like Scary Movie and those sorts of films.
Right. Embarrassing.
They embarrass themselves. I agree. They're lean a little bit too far into it.
And then now you're
They don't keep a toe in reality at all.
like Cabin in the Woods does not embarrass itself.
Yes, that's a really good
I love
comparison.
Cabin in the Wood.
Strong satire.
That was the one where the 4.
I've never seen Tropic Thunder.
You should see Tropic Thunder. It's really good.
My blackness wouldn't let me when it first came out with the whole.
My blackness.
But I'm open to it now. I would watch it. But at the
It's
time,
hard to describe, and it's also I'm not the right person to describe it. You just have to see it and make a judgment call.
And then I say my blackness wouldn't let me watch it, but I really don't feel like Robert Downey did anything wrong. I just
It's making fun of Hollywood actors that would do something like that. That's what it is. But it's
and
the problem
I
is that
always
it's
knew
that-
there was context there. I just didn't know what the context was.
Right.
And I was like, I don't need.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I think that parody film, we're definitely not in the golden age anymore.
No.
We had Mel Brooks back in the day. That to me was the golden age. And then you get a lot of these really low effort parody movies, like I said, like Scary Movie, Epic Movie, Not Another Teen Movie.
Now, Epic Movie, or no, Disaster Movie was my favorite.
You like Disaster Movie?
That one was comical.
They didn't pull it off perfectly. Robert Downey Jr.'s career was over.
I said all bound.
Working out.
Getting close. That's right, Cammy. It's kind of like what I said. Yep. Daddy close. Similar phonemes.
Are you bouncing off the ropes wrestling, baby?
I'm bouncing off the walls again. Whoa, I'm looking like a fool again. Whoa, threw away my reputation for one more song on the radio station. That was a really good song.
This video is so fucked on YouTube.
You know what? Honestly, I don't give a shit.
So it's fine. I think my previous Beadsprite video has like 17 views, so.
Oh, that's all.
Hey, thank you, sir. Daddy close, mommy far, twinkle twinkle little star.
You're super awesome.
No, that's not okay, Cameron. So I can follow when she says she wants Frozen because she's repeating us, and then she did say I want Frozen for a while. Say I want Frozen. But when she says you want Frozen, that's some shit. Because she's trying to get in our heads like, oh, do you want Frozen?
Oh, is that what you said?
Oh, I mean, if you want it, then
I'm okay with it. If you were already going to do it,
I'm not going to stop you. I'm ambivalent, to be honest. Ambivalent, babe.
Oh, you're almost there, Dylan. You didn't even break it.
Fill in the peach.
Oh, yeah, Cameron. Daddy's gonna make a way for us.
Cammy,
Need to wrap arms around.
Daddy close, mommy far, twinkle twinkle little star.
And the parade starts at 6:30. 6.
Don't say twinkle twinkle little star like you're annoyed that it's not being sung. Twinkle twinkle star.
What about it being sunny?
She's just dramatically like throwing herself on the floor.
What do these symbols mean? Not the words, but like whatever it makes.
You ready?
Oh, it's a long thing?
It could be.
Okay.
I thought it was just something like that's health, that's stamina, and that's
No.
No, don't worry
Kingdom
about
Hearts
No,
1.
you said no.
it. Don't worry about it. It's it. You should know.
Just get ready.
Okay, get ready. All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Kingdom Hearts 1, the main enemy, that you're fighting, they are called Heartless.
No, just be super clear. Just be super clear. The Heartless happen when you remove someone's heart. So the Heartless are monsters that have no hearts, right? Is that right? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Now, Kingdom Hearts 2, aside from the Heartless, you fight the Nobodies. The Nobodies are the shell of a person after they have had their heart.
The shell itself?
Yes.
Pretty much.
So the
That's
nobody.
like no soul, no nothing in there. It's just
Exactly.
like moving parts.
Exactly.
It's a body that also happens to have no heart. But we don't call it a Heartless. We call it a nobody.
Question. So Heartless. So what is the Heartless missing that the nobody is?
A mind, pretty much,
Okay.
I guess you could say, or
So
a will.
Making
of
this
some
very
sort.
clear, video gamey is like the nobodies probably move more robotically than the Heartless.
No.
It's the other way
That's a
around.
fair guess, but it's not true.
At all?
You know.
Oh, okay.
The Nobodies actually tend to work a lot better when they're together. and the Heartless, they're just flailing about doing whatever the fuck.
Okay.
And then the Unversed are actually just like the hell spawn of Vanitas.
Of the what?
Of Vanitas, the dark half of Ventus.
Dark half of Ventus.
I know.
Heartless are the body, the nobodies are the soul. But I feel like the Heartless should be called the nobodies.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what any of those things mean.
Sorry about that, sir.
No. This is what I was saying. Like, talk about birth by sleep all day. I don't know what any of that shit means. So,
Then
Ventus,
okay.
Aqua. No, it's good. I'll play. I'm gonna play it blind on stream at some point. But right now, I don't.
Okay, baby. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Oh.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Why Pennywise? I'm gonna need you to chill.
She making a Pennywise face?
She was.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, baby.
Define the Pennywise face.
When you get that down, but up.
But you see
Her
just enough eye.
But then the eyes aren't focused.
Yes, they're not
just,
focused, so split out a little bit. Yeah.
So they're like drifty and lazy a little bit.
Thank you, sir. Hey, now where's the
Is it up by? Look up by the stove.
Oh, I see.
Not one.
No, I do not.
I'm so sick of that song.
I was going to ask if y'all were coming,
I'm sorry.
No, actually, I didn't even know we were coming here today because me and Jay had planned on walking around.
oh, well, y'all will walk around in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, there's the Christmas parade,
Mm-hmm.
but y'all don't have to stand around with us. Like, y'all can still walk around during the Christmas parade and after. We'll just go together and y'all can split off.
Cool.
I'll show you guys Preston and Jaden's Beadsprites here. There's Preston. You should see it.
Boss!
It's pretty sweet.
And it's
You
purple.
can see the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Purple's your deal, right?
Here's what it looks like.
The Unversed.
That's
See
the
the
one
heart.
that's chaotic
Yeah, you got
and
it.
all over the place.
We should sit down and do Kingdom Hearts at some point.
I'm real busy right now.
Like, I got the digital version on my game list, so if we ever, like after I get done playing Skyrim, I'll delete that and
Here you go, Jay.
turn on Birth by Sleep.
Pretty cool.
Right.
Because there are two different ways you can consider it, but when it comes to like the main story of Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep is pretty much where it starts. Although some people, although it is debatable.
What is that, the second one? Or?
Nope.
Oh no.
Nope.
How many are there?
Okay, so there's Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2. That's reasonable. The Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
That's in between technically 1 and 2.
Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Is that how you say it?
Yep, that is
It's written like 358 divided by 2 is what the...
and that is the story of Roxas when he was in Organization 13.
Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance.
The story of Sora and Riku taking the
What console is Dream Drop Distance on?
It started on PSP, but now it is on
So,
console.
there's a game... Now, I thought that they were doing a re-release of Kingdom Hearts 2. There's a game called Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Mix Prologue. Is that right?
Yeah, but that's the story of Aqua while she is
That is not Kingdom Hearts 2.
That
Now,
is
Disney characters are in all of these.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
In different ways.
In different ways, but yeah.
I can see why the franchise is so successful. Because in my mind, I always thought, because people have been waiting on Kingdom Hearts 3 so long, I thought these games were like super special. Like there was 1, then 13 years later there was 2,
No,
and then now we're waiting.
That is
for
true.
forever
That is
for
the
3.
that is the case.
That is
I didn't know
true.
there were so many games.
That is the case between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
But it doesn't really matter when you've gotten. I know, like you haven't gotten main story content.
It does matter because those other games. Well, I haven't
You
played.
haven't got main story
Snake.
context, but you've gotten some story.
Yeah.
You get filler story, like something that
Are the
answers.
games comparable just from a game standpoint? Like, do you feel satisfied in the game. When
So Chain of Memories, no.
No.
Chain of Memories is not
Chain of Memories is
kind of trash.
I hated Chain of Memories.
Yeah.
Especially when you had to fight Vexen and his bitch ass.
No. 358 divided by 2 days, or over 2 days, excuse me.
I like that
Is
one.
all right, but it's kind of grindy in parts.
Yeah.
It's not as robust. The point is these spin-off games reuse all the assets because the guy can't make a game. Like he gets so distracted. Tetsuya Nomura, because that's what he's like. All right, man, you gotta make Kingdom Hearts 3. He's like, I want to make Birth by Sleep using all the assets. No, just make Kingdom Hearts 3. I want to make Dream Drop Distance. Like, no. I want to make 2.8 Final Mix Prologue. No, make the third one. Anyway.
This sounds like being a Kanye.
Right.
Can we just get turbo graphics?
Yeah, well, so what? See,
can we get good ass job? We've been waiting for good ass job since 2008.
it's very similar because I imagine
I got this yay for you.
when you're a Kanye fan, you're talking to someone who has the default. Oh, Kanye, he's so arrogant. Like you're when you open is, I really like Kanye. I know.
Uh-huh.
It's the same. I really like Kingdom Hearts. I know, but I really like it.
Down in there's good stuff down there.
I know.
So mad.
Go ahead, say your thing.
I wonder what has to happen for me to stop being mad. Like I hope I don't wake up one day and we'll have been mad at him for 7 years and don't listen to his music anymore. And I don't even know where the time went now. I just don't listen to Kanye and I'm not a fan.
Stop! Ew!
So I'm not listening to it.
No, you're upset with him right now.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Mommy. You want your cars? You want your cars?
Yeah, we saw some of the gameplay in Kingdom Hearts 3 at PAX. And it looked really pretty, man.
Yeah, that's something that Nomura has always like. The thing with him is he's an artist. He was the artist for Final Fantasy VII and then Final Fantasy VIII. And
What?
eventually the guy that made Final Fantasy left the company and they gave control of the Final Fantasy series to the artist.
Daddy,
He's always had the visuals now. Careful, canyons are very hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I could explain Kingdom Hearts all day. Like all day and not get tired of it. I have fallen in love with that game more than any other game I have ever played in life.
I'm sorry, Dylan.
What's up?
Sorry about Mass Effect.
Oh yeah,
Right, because he was saying more than any other game I've ever played.
Andromeda
Reminded you.
was ass.
Yeah, I'm sorry that they did that to you.
Yeah.
Andromeda was ass. That was the most shitty friggin' Mass Effect
The
ever
first part
created.
of 3 was okay.
I enjoyed all of 3.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, and 3, the entire storyline connecting all 3 were amazing. Andromeda sucked.
So, I got an interesting that I think is interesting. It might not be as interesting. I got a question that I think might be interesting. So, how come there are no fanboys to the Grand Theft Auto franchise like there is to, say, a Kingdom Hearts, Mass Effect? Because they've made nothing but critically acclaimed games, like the GTA series, but nobody feels about GTA like people feel about these other games.
That's a really good question.
And all, you want my
Like Dark
opinion?
Souls.
You want my
Is it because the
opinion?
story has no, it doesn't make you feel
No,
anything, maybe?
I think Grand Theft Auto has too mass marketed appeal. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like
It doesn't feel like you're a part of any exclusive club.
No, like the fact that I like Dark Souls, I'm like, no one else could possibly like this because this was clearly made for me specifically. And the same with like Mass Effect. Like this universe is so cool. This
That's
is
made for
kind of
everybody.
sci-fi I like. But GTA, like, there's nothing in it that it's that same phenomenon we were talking about with like dating websites where people that have a 7-star out of 10-star rating are more likely to get messages than people that are at 10. You think the 10 would get a ton of messages, but people are like, but you see the 7, you're like, oh, there's some flaws in that, but I like it anyway, you know? Like, oh, she's got tattoos. Some people aren't into tattoos. Or she's got a nose piercing. Some people aren't into nose piercings.
And I feel like they were like almost in a little bit of a niche with GTA 3, quote unquote, the first one, because it did kind of feel like this is a thing that certain people will be into. But with the success of that, it was just like, well,
let's double down on it. I think I agree with Azlua. There aren't really questions or open-endedness at all in GTA. It's just like, this is the story.
Yeah, this is what you did.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of GTA just because I've never liked the idea of putting on blast the whole drugs and gangbanging scenarios.
Well, what GTA does, and I think this is something that people don't give a lot of credit for, is it is definitely satire of that. Like, if you play GTA and you're like, man, GTA makes it so cool to be a drug dealer, it's like, are we playing the same game? Because I'm playing it and I'm like, this is bad.
And see, even with San Andreas, it's basically like you're playing all your favorite West Coast movies from the 90s. Like, you're playing a little bit of Friday, you're playing a little bit of Minister Society, Boys in the Hood. Like, that's all literally derivative of those movies. And literally actors from those movies in the game to make you feel like you're in it.
It's not anything that you haven't ever seen before. Well, does Saints Row have a cult following?
Saints Row, I thought was funny.
I would say no, just because the cult following for the original Saints Row were just GTA fans that were like, this is a little different.
Yeah, I see.
Until it became something different.
The only reason why I ever got into Saints Row is because they brought in a purple dildo bat.
We liked it at first. Like, the first Saints Row, me and Donovan were super into it. It was a good game. And then it just got more and more ridiculous.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like Saints Row is starting to drive people away. Like, by being about crazy aliens and the leader of Saints Row is the president. Like, now you've got people who are like, that's really what I want, and no one's making that, you know. And that's where you're getting a cult following, like what Kami's saying. I'm gonna try to sum up everything we've completed today.
Like, nobody's going to see somebody walking down the street with a Grand Theft Auto t-shirt and say, that guy's interesting.
No, I know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know something about that guy.
Exactly, and I think that's where...
Like, I have this Dark Souls hoodie, and people say praise the sun to me all the time, and I instantly know a lot about that person, right? Like, oh man, I've driven one of the cars in GTA before.
I like cars. I'll pass missions.
Can I borrow that real quick? Where's Minnie Mouse?
Minnie Mouse is on the table. The table.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Am I in the way?
Run away. Run away.
Small cult thread for GTA. People thought Rockstar hit a jetpack or something neat. But yeah, I kind of see where you're going with it, Azlua, that like games are special when there are unanswered questions. Because that's totally true with all those games we listed. Like, Mass Effect is this big universe, and it only explores a little part of it, and you're like, oh man.
You only explore one small piece of a galaxy.
Right, and you only know a little bit, but you know about the Turians, you know about the Krogan, and you're like, oh, I got these questions about
it's super interesting to me that Rockstar goes through all this extent to create this experience and these characters and this dialogue that is all good. It's all thumbs up, but you never feel like the world is breathing and living without you there. You never feel like...
Right. That's a really good way to put it. Like, all those other universes, especially Dark Souls, it feels like this world is way bigger than I am, you know? This world doesn't give a shit about me or my character. Alright, so I'm going to summarize. This actually looks really good. Look at this looks from a distance. Let me fix the...
Which is strange because I also feel like that about Zelda. Like, I feel like until I pick up the stick, nobody's moving around in the world of Breath of the Wild.
But you're right though. Zelda is not a cult game. No, it's not.
Like, people went okay. So I had a client that I used to cut, and he had the Triforce tattooed on his hand, and I was like, I know something about you. Like, it's a big, massive appeal game.
I suppose that's true.
Like, even with Mario,
you get more
if somebody had a tattoo of
Mario.
a mushroom from Mario, you'd be like, maybe not as much as that.
But I see what your point is. But you saying you don't feel that there's a living world in Breath of the Wild.
Like GTA.
Right.
Which is like that. I wonder where GTA lost that. Or maybe they don't even want it. Maybe they don't want that at all.
Alright, I'm gonna go through the stuff we made today, and I think we're gonna wrap the stream, and then I still have to do Majora's Mask, so we will do at least one more Beadsprite session where I will do Majora's Mask, and maybe these nice folks will come over and make more stuff too. So we've got Kai Mom's custom sprite that she made, Serps, Fanto, the Crystal Heart from Celeste, Donovan made a very nice Minnie Mouse, the Devout from Final Fantasy III, Andrea made a very nice Fluttershy, Preston got the cool unversed symbol from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Kat made the cover to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West. And Jaden made the Dave Strider emblem from Homestuck. And then I think, Preston, you were also wrapping up really quick.
Yep, the Heartless.
Heartless one, but we'll just wrap that up off stream. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. It's been a treat. Like I said,
Thank you, stream.
See you guys later.
Kai Mom, Serp, Raker, and Chaos Factor, shoot me your address so I can send you these in the mail. Have a good night, everybody. See you next time.
Minnie Mouse. It's me. She's a what?
Oh, this is a smaller one, so